Forget what you heard.
Yeah, boy!
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Forget What You Heard. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Luke.
Yes, indeed, we're back and we're better than ever. We don't really have an explanation. Life happened, we were sick, jobs, holidays, but we're back. We're rejuvenated. Luke's looking good. So we're going to dive right back into week 12. We're going to, pick up where we left off. And continue doing the dang thing, man. So let's get it started, Brother Bears.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Hope you enjoyed it. Spend some quality time with your friends and your family. And just best wishes, heading into the end of the year. Hope everything's good. Hope everything's smooth. And, back at it, man. Week 12 recap. Thursday, Thanksgiving games. 3 games.
Yeah, we didn't forget about you guys. I thought about you every day. So did Luke. We just life happens, But, we're going to pick up right where we left off. First game's first, man. Thanksgiving Day, man. Started us off strong, man, while the turkey was a-brewing, mashed potatoes were a-stewing, and the green beans were a-pooing. The Bears and the Lions. I don't know how many people were looking forward to this game, but I sure as heck wasn't.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm kind of glad that they had this game first because, you're hanging out with your family, catching up. You kind of just have this game going on in the background. Get it out of the way early. And it was a stinky game. Reality, 16-14 Bears over the Lions. What do you think, man?
Well, yeah, let's get into it, man. Let's go into the numbers. It was unfortunate, though, at the very beginning of the game, DeAndre Swift going down. That made a poopy game even poopier. You know what I mean?
Yeah, starting out with those 3 catches and then that, a couple carries, getting dinged up with that shoulder. Something to keep an eye out, man. It looks like he might miss week 13. So adjust your lineup, adjust your rankings, man.
He was just starting to grow on me, man. Anyway, let's get into it. With Justin Fields out, they had the red rifle, man. Andy Dalton, 24-39, 317 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. Not bad, not too shabby. David Montgomery, 17 carries, 46 yards. Darnell Mooney, speedster, 8 targets, 5 catches, 123 yards. Cole Kmet, 11 targets, 8 catches, 65 yards. Jimmy Graham got a touchdown. I did not know Cole Kmet was targeted 11 times. That's pretty... is it just me? Or, I think that Andy Dalton's a better quarterback for the Bears this season.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you think it's a good idea to maybe just go with Andy Dalton and have Justin Fields, kind of take a back seat this year and then, starting in training camp, probably with a new coach and everything. With all the swirling of the fire Nagy, they're saying after Thanksgiving game he's gone. Maybe have Andy Dalton finish the season. And he threw for 317 yards. Darnell finally came out. Cole Kmet's finally getting some, targets and catches. So, it doesn't look as anemic.
He looks good. 24, 39, 317 yards, like you said, is good. But, me personally, I don't think it's a matter of if. I think it's a matter of when Matt Nagy gets fired.
Right.
So I'm playing Fields. When he's healthy, I'm putting him in there just for the experience, win or lose. The Bears, they're not going to, win much. They're not going to make a run or anything. Khalil Mack's already out for the season. Allen Robinson's been very, very poor this year, so kind of a lost year for Chicago. I know you had higher expectations from them. But let's start to switch things up towards the end of the year. Roll Fields out, and then just try to look forward to the Bears next year without Nagy, and kind of start fresh with the new quarterback. And I think it just makes sense for them to keep Fields in there just to get the experience, because Andy Dalton probably won't be there next year, and we already know what he is. He's a older guy,
Isn't it just a waste of time if Nagy's not going to be there? Like, it's going to be a whole new offense, a whole new scheme. What's the point of poisoning him with Nagy's stink?
Yeah,
his stench.
I see what you're saying.
No,
there.
but I understand what you're saying too. I mean, experience.
That's what I think.
really
Yeah, I
important.
think that's the biggest thing, is just getting him used to like the NFL's play, the style, the speed. And
P.U.
yeah,
Nagy stinks. All right, let's move on to the Lions, shall we?
Darnell Mooney is legit.
Yeah, he was impressive. He's a speedster.
Back-to-back 100-yard games. I've been a believer. I'm a big fan. I love Darnell.
All right, for the Lions, Jared Goff, 21-25, 171 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jamal Williams, 15 carries, 65 yards. Josh Reynolds, 5 targets, 3 catches, 70 yards, a touchdown. Hawkinson got a touchdown. Same dang thing from the Lions, man. But I'm going to say this. The Lions are the best bad team in the NFL. They give everyone a
Elaborate.
game. They don't just get stomped, except for a couple times. When, with the talent they have, they should get stomped every single game. But somehow, they've had good games with the Ravens, Bears. Like, they've almost pulled out a lot of games. So I'm going to crown them the best bad team in the NFL. I'm going to stand by it. I'm going to give that crown to Dan Campbell personally.
That's weird that you say that, because they're the only team in the NFL without a win.
They got that tie on there.
So I think this is their 4th season going winless through 11 games, which, says a lot about their franchise as a whole. But they do. I mean, they're competitive even against good teams. Baltimore, just almost every game it seems like they're close. I mean, the Eagles blew them out, but they are a better team than 0-8 or 0-9, 0-10, whatever they are.
They should have gotten like 1 or 2 of those, but it's the Lions, so,
Yeah,
I'm just saying,
it seems like most games they just lose by like a field goal, like at the last
that's what
second.
I'm saying. Like,
They tied the Steelers. I'm another pretty decent team. Like,
do you have another candidate for best bad team?
see, what do you consider a bad team?
Like, the worst teams in the league: Texans,
Giants, Jets.
I wouldn't consider the Giants like bad. Like,
Well, they're 4-7.
I'm talking about like the bottom of the barrel.
Jacksonville. So there's probably 5 or 6 teams that you're thinking of.
Yeah,
I think the Texans probably are.
they get curb stomped a lot.
Not really. What's their biggest loss, really, you can think of?
The Bills, I don't know. I don't remember the score exactly.
Yeah, the Bills was a bad one. But the Lions have gotten curb stomped too, but
Who has more talent, the Lions or the Texans?
the Lions. For sure.
Probably.
Yeah. Hawkinson,
Probably.
Swift. I mean, with Tyrod, though, I think it makes the Texans a little bit better. I think Tyrod's better than Goff. Would you say
Mhm.
that?
Yeah.
And then, you have, at least Nico Collins, Brandon Cooks. I don't know. I mean, either way, it'd probably be a 21-24 type of game.
I think the Lions would win.
Yeah, so with Swift out, does this give you interest in Jamal Williams at all? Or is this just like a dump fire?
No, I don't have any interest in Jamal Williams. We don't even know if Swift's out next week, do we? Most
You say
likely.
it's kind of a long shot. He's really hurt. He's really sore. Dan Campbell said it would be hard for him to play, but
I mean, if you're really light on running back, yeah. I mean, definitely Jamal Williams is a good option to have.
and then obviously Hawkinson is solid, but Josh Reynolds recently waived by Tennessee. He has that rapport from Jared Goff back with the Rams. Josh Reynolds, could he emerge as a number 1 here? Is he someone kind of flying under the radar?
No.
Okay.
No one is good in that wide receiver core, not even Hawkinson, because Jared Goff is the quarterback, and their backup is whatever his name, Toddley Boyle Bonds.
Yeah, but with Goff, you still had Cup. You still were starting Higbee. You're still starting Woods. Like,
That was Sean McVay, though.
to me, I feel like one of these guys have to be, like, they got to throw sometimes. I mean,
Okay.
25 attempts.
Let me tell it to you like this. Sean McVay, great mastermind. Dan Campbell draws his playbook in a coloring book.
No, Dan Campbell's the man.
He doesn't. It's probably not very an eccentric playbook, so
No, he just likes to run the ball. That's probably all he wants.
sometimes in his office he's just coloring in a coloring book.
Every play is probably a run call, but Jared Goff has to audible it on 3rd and 10 to a pass.
I mean, that'd probably work better than Jared Goff. If they just ran it with DeAndre and Jamal Williams and that other little guy.
Yeah, man, Jamar Jefferson looked really good for the past few weeks.
Who's Jamar Jefferson?
The guy from Oregon State, 6th-round pick.
For Detroit?
Yeah. He had 2 touchdowns a few weeks ago with Jamal Williams
Is he
out.
a running back?
Yeah.
I was talking about the E.G. Wabuki.
Yeah, he's cool too.
I love that guy. He had a 40-yard run that one time.
Jamal Williams said in a press conference that he runs like a frog or something. It's kind of funny.
Jamal Williams is a strange character, but I like him.
I like him a lot. He's fun, man. He's exciting.
Luke, can you do me a favor?
Sure.
Can you take us to the next game?
Yeah, next Thursday night, Thanksgiving game, we got the Raiders-Cowboys. This one was a lot more exciting.
Oh, man, this one kept me up from that tryptophan from the turkey, man.
Yeah, man, there was a lot of flags in this
Oh,
game.
man, that was a kind of a bummer.
A whole lot of penalties. Anthony Brown, cornerback for Dallas, probably isn't going to play, probably make the team next week, man.
What happened?
Pass interference calls, a whole bunch of penalties. He was just getting torched on all game.
Oh, yeah, I remember Tony Romo, saying like, oh, it's number 30 again.
Yeah, I mean, they gave up 500 total yards and 166 penalty yards. That's crazy.
Total?
Yeah, franchise record.
What about for the Raiders?
I don't know, it doesn't say.
I know they both had over 100.
Yeah, it was just crazy. But let's get into it, man. Derek Carr. Raiders won in overtime, by the way, 36-33 over the Cowboys. Derek Carr went 24 of 39, 373 yards and a touchdown. Josh Jacobs on the ground, 22 carries, 87 yards, 1 touchdown. Mariota ran one in as well. Hunter Renfrow, the star of the team. 8 catches, 134 yards. Deshaun Jackson, little breakout game. 3 catches, 102 yards and a touchdown. Darren Waller, 5 targets, 2 catches, 33 yards. And Zay Jones added 5 catches for 59.
I have a question. Didn't we ever figure out what happened to Darren Waller?
Yeah, wasn't it his knee?
Is he all right?
Yeah, I think he's week to week. So he'll probably be out this week, but he might have a chance the following week.
Yeah, I mean, Derek Carr's a good quarterback. Josh Jacobs is a good running back. Hunter Renfro's really, catching my eye, though, man. Little guy. When you look at him, you don't see much, but, man, that guy can catch that football and he can run routes. Deshaun Jackson is Deshaun Jackson. I don't really have much more to elaborate on the Raiders, man.
Yeah, Hunter Renfro's built like one of those things off of The Hobbit. At least that's what he looks like.
A hobbit?
He's got no definition. He just looks like a regular dude you bump shoulders with at the grocery store, local guy that you grew up with, that you knew of. He's about 41 years old. He just hangs around. No one knows exactly what he does, but you just see him very often. Balding, kind of questionable, kind of suspect vibe around him. That's just what it is with Hunter Renfrow. But when he goes out there, he puts those pads on. He puts that helmet on there. He comes out here. He looks like Julian Edelman Jr.
What do you mean suspect?
I don't know, man. If you like,
Serial killer?
no, maybe not that extreme.
Like he embezzles money?
Yeah, like he just likes to do bad things. You know,
Mm.
maybe not bad, but like questionable. That would make you be like, that guy's very That guy's different, man. That guy's interesting.
He definitely is different, man. He's different, all right. Now, I want to shout out someone on the Raiders, too. Carlson, their kicker. 5 for 5. Hit a big 56-yarder. Hit the game winner. That guy's been really good this year, man. And I think he got to take a bite of a turkey leg.
Oh, they let him on there?
Yeah.
Who was up there with him? Was it Carr and Jacobs?
I just saw him by himself.
Oh, okay. Wow. I mean, he deserved it, man. He's
been good all year.
He's a good kicker. He was good last year.
Is he really European?
No.
He's not?
No, I don't think he is, no. Where did you hear that from?
Oh, no, he went to Auburn. He's from Colorado Springs.
Yeah, he seems like one of those Colorado guys.
I thought he was straight from Sweden.
Nah, man.
He
He's a
looks-
regular blonde-headed kid, man.
He looks like a Swedish guy.
Yeah, he kind of does a little bit, but you hear him talk, he's just like a normal white guy. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is, man. The Raiders took down a pretty solid Dallas team. Dallas D is starting to show their true colors, though. I don't think they're...
This happens every year.
Yep.
Every single year.
Yep.
It never fails. They start strong. Everyone becomes a believer. And then this happens. They fall apart. Usually starting on Thanksgiving. And then from there on out, it's pretty bad news.
Yeah, they're starting to look like the Dallas Dumpville.
Yeah, they are.
Dak Prescott, 32 of 47, 375 yards, 2 touchdowns. Zeke had 9 carries, 25 yards, a touchdown. Tony Pollard, 10 carries, 36 yards, and a beautiful kick return. Michael Gallup, back and healthy, 8 targets, 5 catches, 106 yards. Cedric Wilson, 10 targets, 7 catches, 104. Had a case of the drops the last few weeks. Noah Brown, 9 targets, 6 catches, 53 yards, and Dalton Schultz added 3 catches, 46 yards, and a nice touchdown.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of like that Cedric Wilson guy, but they were depleted. No Amari, no Lamb. Zeke seemed to be a little hurt.
Zeke.
I just, the Cowboys are the Cowboys, man. They're a mirage. They look good. It looks like, I don't know what it is really. If it's like the coaching, but it's just always happened since I've been a boy, you know. Except for, with Romo, all that. I don't know. It's just something that in the water in Dallas, man. I think they're cursed.
They might be. I think maybe there was a deal struck that Jerry Jones got his hands on and kind of cursed them. But, I mean, you can't really blame Dak. I mean, 32, 47, 375. I know he didn't have a great game. I mean, the numbers showed up. But would you consider Dak Prescott an elite quarterback?
See, I changed my mind. At the beginning of the year, I would have told you yeah, but I don't. During this game, I noticed he was very off. It may not show it on the numbers, but there are some passes he could definitely have completed if they were good throws. But I don't know. I don't think he's elite. I can't go there with him.
Is he a top 10 quarterback?
Yeah, probably. Top 12.
Okay.
So
That's fair, man. Yeah, check out on Zeke. It sounds like he's nursing injuries. I think he's going to play through it. But, I mean, we'll have to see what his workload's like moving forward.
Mari
fantasy.
and CD should be back next week, right?
Yeah, Mike McCarthy's out with COVID.
Oh man, I pray for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's a bigger guy.
Bigger, older, probably not the healthiest.
Yeah, I think he eat hot dog water.
That's probably where he got it from then.
Yeah.
That's okay though, man. Michael Gallup's nice. I hope that he leaves, they don't sign him, and he goes to another team to be a number one.
Seems like they got a lot of good wide receivers. Cedric Wilson.
He's alright. He ain't that good, really.
Oh, he's incredibly bad.
I used to think I liked him, but watching the last 2 weeks, he's really not that good of a player. He's got the size. I mean, he's probably, 6'2", 6'3". But he reminds me of like an Alan Lazard.
No.
Maybe he's a little better.
He's more shifty than that.
Yeah, he might be a little more athletic. But I mean, in terms of like as a receiver, like you don't look at him like, oh, this guy would be like, could be good. It's more just like, he is what he is. That's the way I think. Because he drops passes. I mean, he looked better on Thanksgiving, but I mean, he's a good number 4 receiver.
All right, let's move on to the primetime game on Thanksgiving. The Buffalo Bills 31, the New Orleans Saints 6. We don't gotta really labor on this one, man. It was pretty straightforward, cut and dry. Saints got pooped on. Let's get into it. The Bills, Josh Allen, 23-28, 260 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 picks. Yo, Devin Singletary, 15-44. Yo, we got Josh Allen on the mic. 8 carries, 43 yards. Breida, 9 carries, 26. Stephon Diggs, 9 targets, 7 catches, 74 yards, a touchdown. Hey, look over there. There's Gabe Davis. 3 targets, 2 catches, 47 yards. Dawson Knox had 2 touchdown catches. And Breida had a nice little screen touchdown in there. You know, Bills are tough for me, a tough team to diagnose. You know, I'm not all the way in, but I can see the flashes and why people are. I'm just not sold on the. They need a running game, man. They need they need a bell cow. If any team in the NFL needs a bell cow, it is the Buffalo Bills. You can't have
Agreed.
Josh Allen running 8 times a game. Devin Singletary ain't going to do much. It's just too much pressure on Josh Allen, like risking injury and, turnovers and things like that. They have a solid. I think Tre'Davious White's out for the year.
Torn ACL.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, that's a tough one there.
Yeah. But, I mean, what would you like to say about the Buffalo Billikens?
I agree that on the running aspect, they would be the one team that you would throw a bell cow on, absolutely. But I think for this game specifically, they had the recipe to beat the Saints. You got to beat them through the air, and that's what they do. That's how they do it. The Saints' rushing defense is the best in the league. So you got to get them through the air, and that's just kind of what happened. Allen was really efficient, 23-28, 4 touchdowns. Kind of was just able to do whatever he wanted almost, even though he did struggle a little bit at times. But just hard to get a read out of this Buffalo team. But, I mean, they're 4-0 in games following a loss, winning each of those in a blowout. And we'll have to see down the line, man. Bills versus the Patriots in the AFC East. Who's going to be the team that pulls it out? And definitely something to look forward to.
Yeah, let's go to the injury-riddled Saints.
Yeah.
They're just decimated, my man. They got Trevor Stinky Man in there. Former Bronco stinks. 17-29, 163 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. By the way, Mark Ingram was out. Alvin Kamara's out. Tyson Hill is out. They don't got much going on. Tony Jones had 16 carries for 27 yards, which is not very good. You see that? Little Jordan Humphrey made a little sighting there. 5 targets, 3 catches, 47 yards. Rest is stink. Nick Vanette had a touchdown. Like I said, there ain't much to report on here, man. They're waiting. I heard Taysom Hill is taking first team reps. I'm sure Alvin will be back this week. Maybe Mark Ingram.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if we didn't see Taysom Hill this week.
Was he hurt last week?
No.
Why didn't he play at all this game?
I'm not sure, man. I have no idea, honestly.
I don't understand why they stuck with Trevor Siemian.
Maybe he was hurt, but I mean, there's no chance that he doesn't play.
But when he came back, why didn't they just start him?
I don't know. Maybe that contract, they were like, we'll just.
You paid him, play him.
Or maybe they believed in Simeon enough. Give him one more week to see what he can do.
Yeah, I know that feeling. You think Trevor looks like the next Peyton Manning fourth brother, but he'll have some good throws. But at the end of the day, he stinks.
Yeah, this was a terrible game. I mean, Buffalo's defense is good, but this is the first time in nearly 20 years the Saints haven't scored more than 6 points at home.
This game was so bad, I was eating leftovers at the table and ended up falling asleep on my plate.
You got your head in the mashed potatoes?
Yeah, I woke up with a head full of mashed potatoes.
You gotta be careful, man. You can drown in those.
Thank goodness I was sideways, sleeping on the side of my head.
Yeah, not much coming out of the Saints, man. They stink.
You think they'll be good with everyone back?
No.
Better?
They need a quarterback. They need Jameis, man. At least.
Hill.
Their defense has been a little banged up. I mean, if their defense can get healthy and then they can run the ball, and then Taysom Hill comes in, but we'll see, man. I ain't banking on it.
Hey, don't bank on the bottom dollars.
All right, next one up, we got the Falcons against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Atlanta won 21-14. First up, Matt Ryan, 19 of 29, 190 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Cordero, Fantasy
back.
MVP, 16 carries, 108 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. He also added 2 catches for 27 yards. Russell Gage, 7 targets, 6 catches, 62 yards, a touchdown. Kyle Pitts, showing some armpits. 6 targets, 2 catches, 26 yards. Mike Davis, 3 catches, 25. Didn't have to do much offensively outside of Cordero to win this game against Jacksonville.
How long has Cordero been a wide receiver and a running back? On Yahoo? This whole time?
Like for this year?
Yeah, for fantasy?
I mean, probably since the Patriots.
I did not know that until this past week.
Yeah.
That ain't fair, man.
Why?
That's like having Jalen Samuels as a tight end running back.
No, man, it ain't that serious.
You remember that?
I mean, that's what he is, man. He's a running back receiver, and Atlanta's unlocked him. They finally get us unlocked. 28 years old. Some team found how to use him out, finally.
He's 28?
Yeah.
There's no way.
30?
28?
Dude, he's been in the league for a long time. His rookie year was like 2014.
He's 30.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking he was a lot older than 28.
Oh, okay.
Well, this game is a pile of dung. No one cared. No one really got anything out of this game. Matt Ryan needs to go. Cordero's good. We need someone to pass Kyle Pitts the ball. Praying for Calvin Ridley. Arthur Smith needs to take a bath. And Arthur Blank needs to sell the team. And they just need to wipe the slate clean, man. Bring back the Dirty Birds, the AT aliens, man. You know?
The Falcons are in the most trouble moving forward than any team. Them and the Saints. The Falcons are in big trouble in the future. That's all I have to say. They keep winning games. They should be losing games. What, they won like 5 games this year? 6 games?
Yeah, something like that.
Why?
Maybe 4.
Like they're not good enough to win anything ever, and they should be losing games, man. Matt Ryan and them just keep trying to. They're gonna be middle of the pack even though they're bad. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you have Kyle Pitts, Cordero's 30, Matt Ryan's 35, 30 whatever.
You're right. There's not really a direction for this team.
No, man, they're in trouble. They're in big trouble.
They're in the middle of the road, guys.
Bad, yeah. Over for Jacksonville, you know, a little brighter future. Trevor Lawrence, 23 of 42, 228 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. He's been on the struggle bus this year, man. Is that concerning?
No.
You're not concerned at all?
I'm not concerned at all.
Okay.
Rookie, you know, take it with a grain of salt, man. I think he's talented. Urban Meyer's a rookie head coach. Wait. Oh, you can continue. Go ahead. Sorry.
17 carries, 86 yards for James Robinson. Wow, a name we haven't heard in a long time leading the way.
That's what I saw.
8 targets, 4 catches, 53 yards for Laquan Treadwell.
Treadwell!
He's alive and well.
Yeah, he does them drills on the side.
Marvin Jones, 7 targets, 4 catches, 43 yards, and an amazing one-handed catch. Laviska Shenault, 9 targets, 5 catches, 33 yards. And Tavon Austin, 2 catches, 21 yards, and a touchdown.
Tavon.
Dan Arnold left this game very early with a knee injury. He might be out for a little bit. But
Yeah,
thoughts on the Jaguars?
I think it's 2 to 4 weeks.
Okay.
for
Sprained
Dan
ACL.
Arnold. Yeah, I mean, Jacksonville's just going through the growing pains, man. Their lone bright spot is James Robinson. It would have been nice to see Travis Etienne. So, you know, like I said, this game don't matter. No one cares. So,
What do you have on the players, man? Laquan Treadwell, is he someone to look out for? I know Jamal Agnew's down. Dan Arnold's now down. Laviska Shenault's been MIA all season long. 0 touchdowns.
what are you asking? Are any of them?
Is Laquan Treadwell someone to, you know, he could be a
No.
late breakout? I mean, we've seen it time and time again, these late breakouts coming out.
I would not touch Laquan Treadwell.
Okay.
You don't believe in like Marvin Jones or Laviska?
It's not that I do. It's not about me, man, but if he's leading the team in receiving,
It's one game.
yeah, man, he's getting the looks. Laviska hasn't been there. Chark's out.
Laquan used to be my favorite wide receiver.
Hey, man, you never know. This could be a late surge for Laquan. Even though Jamal Agnew looks really good in his short stint.
You know what they used to call him?
Who?
Laquan Treadwell?
What?
Laquan Treadmill?
Why?
He has really good endurance.
That's good, man. I'm proud of him for that.
Thank you. All right, let's move on from that stink of a game. Let's go to a game. Miami Dolphins, 33. The Carolina Panthers, 10. I have a little trouble pulling up the stats here, bud.
Yeah.
Sing me a song.
I'll tell you what, though. We'll talk about Cam Newton for a moment. 5.8 passer rating on Sunday. What are your thoughts on his game?
Cam Newton or Scam Newton?
I don't know, man. I don't know. What do you think about him? I know he's been out for a year. He's still trying to get acclimated to the NFL play again.
I don't care who you are, man. That's horrible. 5 for 21.
Yikes. 2 picks.
Did he play the whole game?
No, they pulled him at the end for PJ. But he stunk too. 5 for 10, 87 yards a pick.
That's better than Cameron.
Yeah, I mean overall, yeah. He was sacked 4 times though. Take it off Wi-Fi.
What happened to the Wi-Fi?
It down on me, man. It down on me. Alright, I'll just do it, man. Cam Newton, 5 for 21, 92 yards, 2 picks. Christian McCaffrey. Got this. I want to take a moment for this one. 10 rushing attempts, 35 yards. He also added 1 target, no catches. Christian McCaffrey, 2022. Where does he go in fantasy drafts? 2 consecutive back-to-back injury-riddled years, season enders. Is he still worth a first-round overall pick in 2022, or did the 2 injury years say no to that?
Does a bear poop in the woods?
Okay.
Does it?
Yeah, sometimes, man.
He's the number 1 pick next year.
Really?
Yeah, man. We know what he can do. We've seen it. We all have these years where we get the injury bug. No one is made of steel. And Christian McCaffrey sure as heck ain't. But I'm not going to hold that against him. We've seen what he can do. He catches, he runs, he scores, he does it all. This is not going to scare me away. If anything, I'm still there. People are probably scared, but I ain't.
I agree with you to a certain extent. I do like the fact that people going into next year, they're going to look at the first overall pick and be like, oh, Christian McCaffrey, he's been injured. I don't want him. So I will be intrigued to see if I can get him at number 2, number 3, number 4 possibly. But for me personally, I think Jonathan Taylor is the first overall pick over Christian McCaffrey this year. I think I'm taking McCaffrey number 2 as of right now, just because of Jonathan Taylor's just he's a unicorn, man. He's a magic man, so.
Yeah, I'd probably actually do the same now that you mention it. But I can take over the stats if you want. Did you already do all of them?
No, I just did McCaffrey.
DJ Moore, 10 targets, 4 catches, 103 yards. Well, that's about it, boys.
Yeah, with McCaffrey down, are you interested in Chuba Hubbard or Amir Abdullah? Any of them?
I mean, I guess Chuba.
My biggest problem is with Cam Newton coming in, he's gonna steal all the touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean, Chuba's all right. I mean, like I said, he's kind of like I wouldn't even say he's that good of a handcuff, but he gets the touches,
I think the first go around he was a good handcuff, but this go around I'm not very interested. Because as it went on, with Chuba starting, they started implementing more of the other running backs. They traded for Amir Abdullah, who I would probably pick up over Chuba Hubbard.
What?
But I'm not racing out to do it. They're not on my priority or anything. I'm just saying. I just don't. It's going to be a timeshare, and I'd rather have the guy who's catching passes, which is going to be Abdullah. So, I mean, Chuba's going to, get 10 to 15 carries, but what is he going to do,
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big fan, but yeah, that's it for the Panthers. Now for the Dolphs.
Tua
Tagovailoa, 27-31, 230 yards, a touchdown. Very efficient. High completion percentage. Myles Gaskin, 16 carries, 49 yards, 2 tutties. Whoa. We got a new addition on the Miami Dolphins backfield.
Ooh, Skid Row Dolphs.
Phil Lindsay, 12 carries, 42 yards. Oh, wow. Receiving. Jalen Waddle, the Wookiee wide receiver out of Alabama. 10 targets, 9 catches, 137 yards, a touchdown.
Waddle.
Mike Gesicki, 3 catches, 17 yards. Ooh, we got nothing more to say about them.
Tua is a franchise quarterback. I've been saying that. Believer.
Tua, I'm not going to go that far, but I hold out hope for him. I mean,
Tua's legit. I don't care what anyone says. He backs it up, man. He performs.
Yeah, he backs it up, man. He threw for 230 yards.
Myles Gaskin with this average 2-3 yards a carry, but he'll get those 1 or 2 touchdowns for you.
What about Philip Lindsay? Is he intriguing?
He had a good game. He looks good. I know he only averaged 3.5 yards a carry.
It's way better than the Texans, though.
But his pass blocking, man, is solid. Like he's not like I read a little thing. He like loves pass blocking. So, I mean, he's a solid back. I mean, unfortunately, he goes from one stinky offensive line to another stinky offensive line. So not much holes to run through, but he's a solid player. I mean, I'm not super intrigued until if Gaskin goes down, definitely a flex type of player. But the highlight of the game was Jalen Waddle, for sure.
Waddle, baby, waddle, baby, waddle, baby, waddle.
Waddle.
I'm going to take him off Skid Row again.
Who?
The Dolphs.
No, man, they're back there.
Speaking of Dolphs, rest in peace, young Dolph, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
It's the hometown that'll get you, man. He seemed like a very class act guy, doing things for the community. But I just wanted to throw that out there. Back to football. I'm taking him off Skid Row, man.
No, you never had them there in the first place.
I'm putting him in the Hard Rock Stadium, brother.
No, they're going Skid Row,
Come
and they're
on,
always
good
Skid
food,
Row.
good music, and good vibes in that Hard Rock.
They got 2 good players on their team. Maybe 3 if you consider Gesicki.
What's happened to him the last 2 weeks?
The only thing, I'm super impressed with Tua, man. Tua had an excellent game. Carolina's coming in here as a top 2 pass defense. They are, man, statistically speaking. And he comes in here 27 to 31. That's efficient. That's accurate.
Looks like a whole bunch of dink and dunk. 27
Dink and
completions
dunk.
for 230 yards.
I mean 9 yards, yeah, average, but that's the thing. You have Jalen Waddle. You don't.
This is what we saw from Tua.
You have Yak. This is what they built it. This is the 49ers, for example. Yak monsters. Waddle's a Yak monster, yards after catch. Albert Wilson is a Yak. Mike Gesicki's Yak monster.
Yeah, if he doesn't.
Myles Gaskin's Yak monster. Those are guys, you get them the ball in space, they're making a play.
If he doesn't get that 57-yard catch, man, his average is probably, who knows.
Hey, that's the game they ask him to play.
That's why I don't know Tua, man.
That's the game they ask him to play, man. You want him to come out here. He's not in Kansas City.
Hey, Toto, we're not in Kansas anymore.
He's throwing the ball 31 times. That's not a lot, man.
Hey, man, I'm not hating on him. I like Tua.
You can't hate him for being in a certain system.
33-10 Dolphins.
Jalen Waddle had an excellent game.
Hey, Jalen, we're still here for you, man.
All right, next up we got the Tennessee Titans and the New England Patriots. Patriots 36, Titans 13. Shorthanded Titans. Ryan Tannehill 11 of 21, 93 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Not good. He started out good, ended not good. Dontrell Hilliard leading the way, 12 rushing attempts, 131 yards and a touchdown. He had a nice little 68-yard touchdown run. Deontay Foreman, 19 carries, 109 yards. Big back. That's what we do around there. Nick Westbrook, a killer platal stuff. 5 targets, 2 receptions, 25 yards, and a touchdown. Cody Hollister, 2 catches, 22. Des Fitzpatrick, 1 catch for 14. Yabba-dabba-doo.
Dang, man.
What
Them
do you-
running backs are good. You still think Tannehill's like Patrick Mahomes?
Whoa.
You still think Tannehill's an average?
You're going to go after Tannehill after he loses his A.J. Brown, he loses Julio Jones, he loses Jeff Swaim, he loses Josh Reynolds. You're going to go after him for that? That's not fair, man.
I'm going after him because he stinks.
You're going after him after his worst performance of the year. His top weapons are out. Derrick Henry's out. That's a poor time to go after Tannehill.
I've been going after him since before the season started, and you know this.
No, I know, but then you're coming at me saying, there's a lot of things that...
The proof is in the pudding.
I never said he was a great quarterback. I said he's average, above average.
He's not.
He's a solid quarterback.
He stinks.
Yeah, he had a bad game. He absolutely. There's no way to... But his top guys are out. I mean... You can't expect him to come out here and throw 300 when he's throwing to Michael Pruitt and Anthony Ferkser. But The running backs, yeah, man. It's surprising because the Patriots the defense is, known for shutting it down, but they gave up a huge 68-yard touchdown run, which is very, very un-Patriot-like. But it doesn't matter because they got whooped. So.
Everyone that ran the ball fumbled it.
Wow, it is true.
That's amazing, man.
That's that Patriot level.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all expected this to happen, but,
Okay, Patriots, Mac Jones, 23 of 32, 310 yards, 2 touchdowns. Highest passer rating of the week, 123. Mac Jones. Is Mac Jones Offensive Rookie of the Year at this point?
No. We still have a long way to go.
At this point.
At this point, yeah.
Ramondre Stevenson, 9 carries, 46 yards. Damien Harris, 11 carries, 40 yards, and a touchdown. Their little 1-2 duo coming around nowadays. Jacoby Myers, 8 targets, 5 catches, 98 yards. Kendrick Bourne, 5 catches, 61 yards, 2 touchdowns. Brandon Bolden, 4 catches, 54. Jonnu Smith, 3 catches, 49. What are you thinking?
All I'm going to say is, you guys need to get off the Patriots' jaunt. Yeah, I mean, this always happens. They go on a little win streak. Mac Jones looks good. Bill Belichick, crown him. I mean, he is the best coach, but sheesh. I mean, who have they really beaten?
They've won, 6 in a row?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Winning 6 games in a row is huge.
Big
no matter who it is.
They ain't Super Bowl contenders. They ain't even playoff. They'll make the playoffs. This is just a feel-good story, man. This is a plot line the NFL's been dreaming of, salivating for. Yeah, they got it. Mac Jones is the new Tom Brady. Bill Belichick doesn't need Tom Brady. Defense is good. Blah, blah, blah.
The Patriots are back, and no one outside of New England is happy about it. That's all I got to say. You might not be happy about it, but they're here.
I ain't saying they're here. I don't think
they're winning games.
They're winning games, all right, against the Titans.
What makes them not believable? Their defense is awesome. Mac Jones looks good. He doesn't turn the ball over. And they have Bill Belichick. Their running game's solid. Their weapons are fine. What would make them not? I mean, you're banking on Mac Jones kind of falling apart. Because if he plays the way he's been playing, I mean, they could win the AFC East and be a playoff contender.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is, I don't think they can hang with the juggernauts of the NFL, the Chiefs, the Bills. I don't know. I can't see it. I don't know.
Those are the only 2 teams, though. I mean,
I don't think that the Packers, the Rams,
but in the AFC,
in the AFC,
it's the Chiefs, it's the Bills, it's the Patriots. I
think they'd lose to.
They washed Tennessee. They just washed Tennessee.
They beat the Chargers, right?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's because I don't like the Patriots. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, neither do I, but I mean, they're here, man.
I don't know. I don't think they're that good, but what do I know, man? All I know is that I don't know.
All as I know is that Damien Harris is better than Ramondre Stevenson.
I have a rebuttal.
I know you do. Everyone thinks Stevenson's better.
I have a rebuttal. I think that Damien Harris is better running back between the tackles. But I think Ramondre's better at receiving and whatnot.
He might have better hands. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. But as a running back, Damien Harris is better.
Who weighs more?
Stevenson.
How much does he weigh?
Probably 235. But he doesn't look like that big. And he's not really like a bruiser. He's a very strange type of player.
I always thought he was a bruiser coming out, but it doesn't look like it. Me too.
He was in college. I mean, but it's more of he's like an outside zone running back. He's a very strange player, but he's good. But Damien Harris is just better. He's just a better running back. You can see it. And I'm just going to quiet down that talk, man. Damien Harris is that guy.
I don't think the Patriots have enough firepower, is what it is.
You mean like their weapons?
Yeah. What happened to Nelson?
He caught 3 passes for 20 yards.
I just don't think they have what it takes to really make a run.
See, I think that's a fallacy because they just don't have the big names, but they have solid depth at receiver.
That's fecal matter.
No, but they just don't have a big name. They don't have a Randy
You're
Moss,
right.
a
Like
Josh Gordon.
They have Kendrick Bourne, Jacoby Myers, Jonnu Smith, Hunter Henry.
Aguilar. I mean, I bet Aguilar, if they make the playoffs, Aguilar's going to be like the playoff stuff, like
The X Factor.
yeah, like the guy who comes out. Because that's what he did. That's what he does, man. He has his games.
All right, shall we move on?
Please.
We got the New York Jets 21, the Houston Texans 14.
Can't believe it.
All right, for the Jets, Zach Wilson 14 and 24, 145 yards and pick. Tevin Coleman 16 carries, 67 yards. Ty Johnson 6 carries, 42 yards. Austin Walter 9 carries, 38 yards, a touchdown. Zach Wilson got a touchdown on the ground. Braxton Berrios 2 catches, 47 yards. Elijah Moore 4 catches, 46 yards. Yeah, golly. Zach Wilson looks like he stinks.
Zach Wilson had the most Jets play ever since the butt fumble. Did you see it?
No, elaborate.
He did the little, like the lateral pass
Yeah.
to his running back, but the running back, it hit off the running back's back because the running back was facing the other way. And the dude ran up and caught it, interception off the dude's back after it bounced off of it.
Who was at fault?
Zach Wilson, the running back was running this way. Zach Wilson was pushing up into the pocket, and he flicked it up to him, but the running back was running straight and not looking back. And it hit him in the back, and the dude picked it off his back. You got to watch it, man. It's very, very Jets-like if you see it.
Did the Jets get like a pick six or something?
Did they? I think so. No, they didn't. What's it? Walter had some touchdowns. Zach Wilson
They had
ran
21.
in. Yeah.
They went for 2.
What do you mean?
2 touchdowns. That's 14.
Yeah, Zach Wilson. I'm pretty sure one of them returned a fumble.
Anyways, this game doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. Texans, Tyrod Taylor, 17 to 26, 158 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. David Johnson, 10 carries, 39. Tyrod, 2 carries, 30. Rex Burkhead, 12 carries, 27 yards. Brandon Cooks, 3 catches, 45 yards. Nico, 2 catches, 28. Brevin Jordan had a touchdown. I heard they tried out a new offensive line. Titus Howard, left tackle. Apparently he stinks. And, this was like watching, two, like, homeless people fighting.
Yeah, this is like developing diabetes, and you start getting numbness in your legs, like slowly over time.
Yeah, that would be, well, not to make light on diabetes, but that's kind of like this game, slowly getting diabetes.
I want to bring up the Justin Reed situation.
What's the situation, man? What's the sitch?
He got held out of this game because he told a coach how he truly felt about him and the team and what's going on.
How I felt about the coach?
I think, just how he,
What did he say exactly?
I don't know. I just saw the reports that he's being disciplined for openly.
Oh, gosh. Here goes the Clockwork Orange on the Texans player again.
Yeah.
Probably have him strapped in the shower with his eyelids sewn open, watching That Jack Easterby, what's his name? Jack Easterby?
Yeah.
Preaching.
It's sad, too, because Justin Reed's a free agent this offseason, and there's a 0.05% chance that he returns. And so they're going to lose probably their best player right now for nothing in the offseason.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like the Texans are run by a bunch of sociopaths.
Would you say it's easily the most dysfunctional organization? Well, I guess like Washington, Houston, Detroit.
I mean, dude,
It's Houston.
I hope they come out with a documentary 5 years from now about what was going on in the front office, like what they're doing.
As long as David Carr's in it, I'm cool.
David Carr was before the dysfunction.
Yeah, but then he can like talk about his time at Houston and how
I don't.
if he has a point of view on the current situation.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think David Carr cares.
Do you think he cares about the Texans?
No.
Because every time he's on TV, he never like supports them or brings it up ever.
Well, he got sacked more than any quarterback in history.
Is that true?
Yeah. And he won a Super Bowl ring with the Giants, didn't he?
I just think it's funny because like a lot of ex-players will bring up, oh, back when I was.
And they always like pick them whenever they do picks.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, and then David Carr, like he's never said anything about his time playing. It's just interesting.
He's doing his job.
I know, but it's just funny because like it's the Texans and everyone hates the Texans and they're bad.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to keep talking about this game. It stinks.
Yeah, it's atrocious, terrible. Next up, we have the Eagles and the Giants, another game I don't really want to talk about, but we're gonna do it anyway. The Giants won 13-7. First up, we'll go to the Daniel Jones, 19 of 30, 202 yards, 1 touchdown. Barkley, back and healthy, man, 13 carries, 40 yards. Daniel Jones added 30 yards rushing. Kenny Golladay griping and complaining about his role. Actually, he said no comment, but we got to get him involved, man. 7 targets, 3 catches, 50 yards. Darius Slayton, 3 catches, 40. Evan Ingram, 3 catches, 37. No Kadarius Toney in this game. There's not too much going offensively for the Giants, but I think this was their best defensive effort of the season. On the day Michael Strahan gets his jersey retired, it's fitting that they had their best defensive output of the season.
Is it the Giants or is it the Eagles?
Both, for sure. You got anything on the Giants, man?
Or do I have anything on the Giants? Welcome back, Saquon, once again. I don't know, man. This Giants team could make a little run here. I have a lot of faith in them, man. Saquon's back. They just need to get Kadarius back. Danny Jones needs to get on the ball. They could make a little run at this NFC East title.
No.
They can win out and go 10-7.
Yeah, they could.
Remember that we're playing 17 games this year, bud.
But it could also...
Hey, man, this isn't flag football anymore.
What is it?
They took the blinders off Saquon. He's ready to play.
No, they should probably shelf him.
They put
Trade him to a different team. Fire Joe Judge. Fire Gettleman.
He's gone after this year.
Put John O'Mara, whatever his name is, in prison. Get a new quarterback. Get a new offensive line. Defense is okay. Barkley's okay. I hope he can ask for a trade. Yeah, it's back to hating on the Giants, man. They stink, man.
It's different every week.
Giants stink.
They ain't bad.
But they beat the Eagles, man, so I can't say much. Jalen Hurts, 14 of 31, 129 yards, 3 picks, awful picks. He added 77 rushing yards. Miles Sanders, 9 carries, 64. Boston Scott, 15 carries, 64 yards, a touchdown. Kenny Gainwell, 3 catches, 32 yards. Jalen Reagor, 7 targets, 2 catches, 31. Devontae Smith, not involved, 2 catches, 24. Just bad. Just a bad day, man.
Yeah, I don't understand this Eagles team. They seem like they got things figured out, run that dang ball. Come on, and they kind of go away from it. I mean, Jalen Hurts threw the ball 31 times. I don't know why he threw it that much. The ground game looks strong with the numbers. I don't know about that Serrani guy, man.
Yeah, they had a weak game plan. Too sweet. I thought they could get away with just pity paddling around. Miles Sanders only seeing 9 carries. That needs to be 15. That needs to be 25. And it's a close game. It's not like they're getting blown out. You know what I mean? So you can definitely get that ground game running. Just a poor game plan. No one performed.
Can I say something?
Sure.
To the Eagles, you can't poop where you eat.
Okay, you can't just say that and then not say anything afterwards, man.
You want me to elaborate?
Yes.
What are the Eagles best at? Running?
Yeah.
On offense?
Yeah.
You can't just start, see the success of the run game, which you're eating, and then poop on it by having Jalen Hurts throw the ball 31 times when he's thrown 3 picks. It makes no sense. It's like running into a brick wall. It's like pooping in your kitchen in a frying pan where your stove is. It makes no sense.
I don't think it's necessarily Jalen Hurts getting 31 attempts, but they do definitely need to get on the ground more. And it opens up their offense. They're definitely a run-heavy team, and they should be.
If Jalen Hurts didn't throw 1 pass this game, they probably would have won this game.
Nah, I disagree.
If he would have run and they handed the ball off, it would have been fine. And screens to Devontae Smith.
Well, I mean, those interceptions don't help because, I mean, they would have had a field goal. He threw one at the end of the half. Atrocious. Worst pickle I've ever seen. But this loss isn't on Jalen Hurts. Like, I mean, you can look at him and be like, oh, he had a terrible game. He did.
It's on the coach.
He did have a bad game, but it was just an overall terrible performance.
Jalen Reagor should be banned from the NFL for life.
Jalen Reagor's getting probably death threats. He's probably had in the worst last 2 days of his entire life. But he is the worst NFL receiver.
You think Ben Simmons had it bad? Imagine Jalen Reagor right now.
Yeah. Especially this loss to the Giants. You should be winning divisional game.
Jalen Reagor, more like Peter Schrager.
Yeah, he had 2 drops on the final drive. Jalen Hurts looked great on that final drive, just those 2 drops. Dallas Goedert dropped one for a first down. It was just...
You know what name we're missing in all this? Devontae Smith. Throw the ball to him, sure hands.
Jalen Reagor is the worst NFL receiver. We took Jalen Reagor over Justin Jefferson, if you want to wipe your butt on that. He is literally the worst NFL receiver. They should put him at cornerback or something.
I've been saying this for a while.
I hate to go in on him because I know he's already, I don't know. There's just something about him that is just not very good. And he's just not one of those, like, he's like a Kadarius Toney, but he's not even that good. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it coming from the days he was at TCU, man.
He was nice at TCU.
He was nicely okay.
Nah, he was nice, man. No one, I mean,
Not
he
one
was
good
supposed
wide
to be
receiver
good.
has ever come out of TCU.
But it's not about, oh, won this, won that. It's about what he can do in the NFL. He just didn't do it. It's just, they should be playing J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, and I'm sure they will moving forward.
All right, let's move on. Pittsburgh Steelers and the Bengals. Big division game. However, the Bengals rout the Steelers 41-10 in a game that was out of hand in the first quarter. Let's get into this. Big Ben Roethlisberger, lumbering, stumbling, bumbling. 24 41, 263 yards, a touchdown, 2 picks. Najee couldn't get anything churning. 8 carries, 23 yards. Deontay Johnson, 14 targets, 9 catches, 95 yards. Chase Claypool, 8 targets, 3 catches, 82 yards. Pat Farah Muth. The Muth is on fire. 4 targets, 4 catches, 40 yards, and a touchdown. Najee, 3 catches, 14 yards. Go ahead.
Yeah, really nothing new.
Here's the red carpet.
There's really nothing new, man. The Steelers stink. They have from the beginning of the year. Another poor. I mean, they're not even like a poverty franchise. Like, they're a solid franchise. Mike Tomlin's good at what he does.
They're a very
They're great.
historic franchise.
Yeah, I mean, they're amazing. One of the greatest ever. But right now, their franchise stinks. Honestly. They've got a few, bits and pieces. Deontay, Najee, Claypool, Freiermuth, solid, 10 out of a 10. But then they roll out this guy in a wheelchair, straight from the locker room. They even put the fog on him, man, once he's getting out there. They got the fog out and he's rolling out there.
Is that you talking about Big Ben?
Wheelchair gets stuck in a turf monster and gets flipped over. Bangs it up, man. That's what they're rolling out there at quarterback. It's crazy.
That's funny. When you were saying that, I could visualize that in my head.
Yeah, man, it's just what it is. There's no...
But Big Ben's super pumped up, his arms are in the air.
And he's just rolling out.
And it's one of those Stephen Hawking wheelchairs.
Oh, gosh. I was just thinking the regular leather
Someone's
black ones.
pushing them?
Nah, he's rolling it, yeah. And he's getting speed on it and everything.
The thing about the Steelers, I've noticed, is that when they get down, the game's over. They're not going to come back. They're not going to put up points.
Well, the Chargers, the week before, the Chargers, they put up 37.
Yeah, but I don't know what the Chargers are anymore.
Yeah, I guess.
But I think did the Steelers not have a lead in that game?
No, not at all. They got in the Chargers
were
game?
They playing in Cincy?
Yes.
So
Paul
they played
Brown.
in SoFi, which is basically a home game for the Steelers.
Right.
There's more terrible towels than they get at their home games.
Okay.
So that was a home game for the Steelers. Maybe that had something to do with it. And then it's division battle. Once I saw they were down 17-3, I was like, this game's over.
Yeah, because when you're down so quickly, you can't get Najee going. There's no way for you to just hand him the rock. That's just poor management. And so then it's just you're relying on the wheelchair man to come out and throw 40 plus times and win you a game, which is you got a 0% chance of winning that game, man. It's just Big Ben stinks. He's been stink for long enough. And Aaron Rodgers to Pittsburgh 2022.
Whoa. Let's go to the Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow, 20-24, 190 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. He kind of had an easy day at the office. However, there's a young man. His name is Joe Mixon. 28 carries, 165 yards, 2 touchdowns. He averaged 5.9 yards a carry. That's Madden-like numbers, man. Joe's having a career year. Shouts out to Joe Mixon. You did hit that girl in college, and I'll never forget that.
Hey.
But kudos to you, man. It looks like you turned your life around. You got some help that you needed, and now you're putting up them Madden numbers. Proud of you. Love and happiness for you and your family. Let's go to receiving. T. Higgins, big boys. 8 targets, 6 catches, 114 yards, a touchdown. Yo, Jamar Chase been a little quiet lately. 3 catches, 39 yards. Hey, Tyler, forget it, Boyd. 2 catches, 13 yards.
Couple of things on Cincinnati.
Oh, Joe Burrow had a rushing touchdown.
Changing of the guard in the AFC North. Swept the Steelers 2-0 for the first time since 2009. If they can close out the regular season against wins over the Ravens, Browns, and Chiefs, clinch their first playoff berth in 6 years. They finally do it, man. It's possible.
Anything is possible.
My favorite takeaway out of this game, Joe Mixon, 15 carries in the first half. Feed the ground game.
Feed the ground bear.
15 carries, 98 yards, and a touchdown early and often. That's what happens, man. Joe Mixon is a great football player. I'm not going to talk about him as a person because I'm unsure. It's just nice to see Joe finally get 28 carries. Like, he's capable of been doing it. We've always had this workload question about him. Oh, Gio Bernard. Oh, sloppy sa slop slop.
Ground beef. Ground beef.
You finally feed him. He's healthy. Look what happens, man. You drop 41 on a good defense. You don't have to rely on Joe Burrow. 24 attempts is a beautiful thing. And then T. Higgins, man, he looked beautiful. Beautiful touchdown catch. And overall solid game. Their defense scored. Had a pick six. Defense is solid. Jesse Bates, all them boys back there, man, they got a good team, man. Cincy is legit.
Can I just say this? The NFL makes no sense. 1 week you're really good, you're stomping on someone's throat. The next week you're losing to a bottom of the barrel. Does this happen every year? I don't think it's been this bad in a really long time. There's no team that's a lot better than the rest. There's not like that one team.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's any given Sunday. That's always been the thing. But this year it's a little mysterious. It seems like, really any given Sunday team can show out and get slowed out.
You think it's about the vaccine?
I was wondering if it's the talent. If just all the bad teams are now talented and good enough, like Cincinnati, they add Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Joe Burrow the last few years. Now they're competitive.
Yeah, but I'm saying they get stomped the week before.
Yeah, but they'll lose to say what's a team they'll lose to the Browns. The Browns are a good team. It's almost like outside of 3 or 4 teams, every team can win. Any given Sunday, the Broncos, the Eagles, the Giants, the Washington football team. It's every team is at least they have solid players, and of course it's the NFL. They're gonna have solid players, but
yeah, they got stomped by the Browns 41-16.
Yeah,
I think it has something to do with the ancient Egyptians.
Okay, the
Yeah.
pyramids.
Yeah.
Hieroglyphics.
Yeah, the Sphinx head is actually very small.
What does that have to do with the football game?
Just think about it. You know how whenever you look at the statue of the Sphinx, it looks like a large sculpture?
Yeah.
But when you drone it, it's got a tiny head.
Is that just point of view?
It may even be made before the ancient Egyptians.
Who made it, man?
Your guess is as good as mine, brother.
The cats did it.
I mean, that's a good theory.
The Khajiits did it, huh?
Not the Canucks. What were you talking about? The how the NFL doesn't make no sense?
Yeah, why doesn't the NFL make sense?
Listen, I struggle with this a lot.
Can we come up with some ideas?
Vaccine.
Why would that make it why would that even out the playing field?
Maybe there's some kind of control that the NFL can push a button and make a team feel lethargic. They don't feel good that day.
That's far-fetched. Mine is just every team is, there's players in the NFL, they're in the NFL for a reason, obviously they're good players.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think this happens every year.
The game plan.
Upsets and stuff and poundings from week to week because it's football. So maybe we're just blowing it out of proportion.
Maybe it's a kudos to the teams that are have gone close to undefeated or only lose 2 games. Maybe it's just more incredible feat for them to do that than maybe this is the normal that we should be used to seeing compared to teams only losing 2 games or 3 games in the past, which is crazy. Maybe that's not normal.
I'm not sure, man. It's a great question, but it makes for interesting football for sure. Just kind of frustrating if you're like a bettor, if you bet, if you're a fan of a certain team. Like for example, me and you. Eagles. One week they stomp kids. Next week they, poop the bed. Broncos. One week they'll stomp kids. Like, just for fans, I'm sure it's frustrating.
But
Like,
that's just, I mean, for certain teams like the Cowboys, we've seen this every year. They start strong, end well. The same with the Eagles. Like, as soon as you get high enough on your expectations, it just boom right back down.
that was just two examples, though. There's the Chiefs, who went through that skid, and now they're good again. The Buccaneers went on a 2-game losing streak. They lost to the football team.
But that's the thing, though. It's just like, it's football, like game plans, you're not executing this, drops, defense, gives up a big play one week, lose a game.
But I will say this. Maybe this happens every year, but the drastic margin in victories between some of these games from week to week is pretty, large. It's a big change. Like they get literally curb stomped, and then they come out and they rip someone's jugular out the next week. It's like,
I would say like injuries probably play a big part too. Like one week this guy's healthy, and next week he's injured and they get blown out. Well,
but that's every year. One player ain't gonna do that, man.
no, but like multiple. You have an offensive lineman, a running back, and a defensive player, and now you're shorthanded. But let's move on, man. We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Indianapolis Colts. Tampa Bay won 38-31. One of the best games on the slate. Leonard Fournette, 4 touchdowns.
Leonard Fournette, Lenny.
Is there a better name for a guy who scores 4 touchdowns for Fournette?
I never put that together, but boy, howdy is that good.
He looked good, man. Tom Brady, 25 of 34, 226 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Speaking of Leonard Fournette, 17 carries, 100 yards, 3 rushing touchdowns. Ooh, Ronald Jones back.
I have a good segue for that. Lenny sub, Ronald Jones, had 7 carries, 37 yards, and a touchdown.
Wait, what is Lenny sub? Oh, Lenny sub, Ronald Jones. Oh, okay.
Like, have you ever had the Lenny subs?
Yeah, that makes sense. Wow, okay. I had to think about that. Very smart, man. Rob Gronk leading the way, man. He's back. 10 targets, 7 catches, 123 yards. Fournette, 7 catches, 31 yards, and another touchdown. Chris Godwin, 4 catches, 24. Mike Evans, 3 catches, 16. Very few times that you see Chris Godwin and Mike Evans not have a good game. Very surprising week for them. But thanks to Leonard Fournette, really didn't need to rely on him this week.
Yeah. It was a good game. It's good to see Lenny back. They ran the ball really well. It was weird to see Mike Evans and Chris Godwin kind of go mute. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't see that.
But it's weird with Tom Brady that happens. Especially for Mike Evans.
Not both, though. Normally if Evans is down, Godwin's off.
That's what I'm saying. But Mike Evans, this kind of happens to him. If he doesn't get a catch on the first drive.
He had 2.
On the first drive?
I think so, or the second drive. I remember he had one drive where he had 2 catches. I was like, okay.
I think it was early.
It was real early.
So I was like, okay, he'll be fine. Because that's how I measure if he's going to have a good game or not. But, Tom's interesting. I don't know what he is.
He's interesting, but he has a long history of destroying, he owns the Colts. I mean, that's just what it is. I mean, he owned Peyton Manning at the time. Ever since, he runs up the Colts. But the Colts held their own. Carson Wentz, 27 of 44, 306 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. Jonathan Taylor got going. 16 carries, 83 yards, 1 touchdown. Jack Doyle, baby hands. 6 catches, 81 yards, 1 touchdown. Ashton Doolin, watch out. That's a guy to keep your eye out for. 1 catch, 62 yards, and a touchdown. Beautiful deep ball by Carson Wentz. Michael Pittman Jr., 10 targets, 4 catches, 53 yards. T.Y. Hilton is alive somewhere in Indianapolis. 4 catches, 28 yards, and a touchdown.
I mean, Jonathan Taylor didn't have that bad. He had a good game.
Yeah.
Carson Wentz had a pretty good game other than the turnovers. Pittman, he had the targets, but it looks like they were keen on him. I think the Colts are a good team. They're a solid
Carson
team.
Wentz has been good this year.
I didn't know that, man. I saw he had 18 touchdowns against 4 picks. I had no idea. I would have never guessed that. I would have think it was closer to like 50-50 split on that.
Nah. He's been good, dude. He hasn't been turning the ball over. Michael Pittman's been one of the best. And it helps to have a Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor was weird. He didn't receive I don't think he got a carry in the third quarter. And then they finally fed him in the fourth quarter a little bit more. But it's kind of a weird strategy. But for me, I'm getting Jonathan Taylor 2025. I know you want to keep him fresh, but he's just too gosh darn good, you know.
Jonathan Taylor pours muscle milk in his cereal.
Yeah, he probably eats like an offensive lineman. He's a big guy.
Yeah, he's half man, half amazing.
Yeah, he's big. It's weird because, like, Wisconsin backs, Melvin Gordon's another jacked. He's got some big arms.
Yeah, I looked at his dental records. Looks like he still has his wisdom teeth.
Yeah, it could be. He might be the same breed as one of them. But Jonathan Taylor is another breed of them.
Have you noticed that sometimes I just try to throw some out there and see how you respond?
Yeah, that one just didn't register in my head for a minute because I didn't understand it.
Now you know how it feels, man.
Yeah, okay. Now I do
The
understand.
tables have turned.
Jonathan Taylor's generational.
You've been saying this for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll give you your props right here. Luke said it before he was drafted. It was tough to stay by him for his rookie year, but he is what he is now. He's gonna be real good for a real long time.
Everyone was dogging on him because they saw Saquon went top 5. Jonathan Taylor didn't go into the second round, so they were like, oh, he's not as good as Saquon. He's not this, he's not that. But I think teams realize that you don't necessarily need a draft like a Saquon that high. You can still get Javonte, you can still get Jonathan Taylor, you still get Joe Mixon, Cam Akers, guys like that in the second round. But Jonathan Taylor is just one of those guys that all these teams passed on, but he is generational. And I don't say that like nothing. I've been saying this, man. He's just like Saquon. They're very similar players. You can move on if you want.
Where you headed? Oh, what do you say we head on down the road to the San Francisco 49ers and the Minnesota Vikings. 49ers win 34-26. This was a good game. This is a good football game, man. Any game that the Vikings are a part of and the 49ers are a part of, it's a good game. Because they don't stink. They're well coached. They're good.
Game on purpose.
Huh?
Chardon.
The Minnesota Vikings. Kirkland Cousins. 20 of 32, 238 yards, 2 touchdowns, a pick. Hey, we got another quarterback that plays wide receiver. 1 for 1. 24 yards for Justin Jefferson. J squared. Yo, we got Dalvin Cook. 10 carries, 39 yards, 1 fumble lost. Looks like he's going to be out for some time. What did he tear his labrum?
Dislocated shoulder and torn labrum, which he had, I think, the same injury last year, but in his right arm. Terrible.
Yeah, it's not good news. However, they have a really good backup. His name is Alexander Madison. He had 7 carries for 21 yards and a touchdown. Yo, we got JJ squared. Now he's catching the ball. 9 targets, 4 catches, 83 yards. Yo, what's the Dalvin Cook? 6 catches, 64 yards. Adam Thielen. Yeah, you can have them yards, but I'll take these touchdowns. 5 catches, 62 yards, 2 touchdowns. Conklin. 2 catches, 25 yards.
Conklin.
Yeah, man, that's his brother that got hurt out there. The Vikings, it hurts to lose Dalvin, but it's also good to have one of the best backups in the league. I mean, they'll definitely miss Dalvin because Madison isn't quite the player, but he can do the same thing. He's like you know how there's those butterflies that can pretend like they're monarchs? But if a monarch really checks the butterfly pretending to be it, they're like, oh, you're not real, man.
Yeah.
You can't hang out right now. But from our point of view, it looks like a monarch. We're like, oh, that's a monarch. Little do we know that you really have to be a part of it.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening. But yeah, I knew this. I mean, I figured this was going to be a good game. You got anything to say about the Purple People Eaters?
They had a chance to win this game. 4th and goal. Clock running down. Kirk Cousins lining up at the right guard instead of the center. But they called a timeout. But if you haven't seen it, recommend going to check it out. It's kind of funny. You know, even Madison's back there like, dude, you're lined up on the guard, man. Move over. And I mean, it's a common mistake. It's just, sometimes you can laugh at those things. But they did have a chance to win this game. But Adam Thielen, he scores touchdowns like a fruit dog. I think he scores a touchdown gosh darn every game. That's pretty much it, man. Yeah, Madison's in the game now with Cook out. I guess you can expect the same stuff. He's going to get the carries. He's going to get some catches. Yeah, man, you're going to light him up until Cook comes back.
Yes, sir. Let's go to the 49ers, man. In 1949, there was a gold rush up in San Francisco. Many people migrated west to get a part of that gold rush.
So they saw a Sasquatch.
Yeah, and then they ran back and said, there's a furry man out there. He's naked and homeless.
And they brought the TNT and they blew that sucker up.
Yeah, and he came back with a vengeance, man. And his name is Jimmy Garoppolo. 17 of 26, 230 yards, a touchdown, and a pick, man. He don't do much because they got a guy down there. His name is Elijah. His name is Elijah Mitchell. 27 big old carries. 133 yards, a touchdown. Hold up a second. Is this 2021 or is this 1980s when they ran that ball 27 times? He was toting that rock. Deebo Samuel, 6 carries. He's a swinder. He steals touchdowns. 66 yards, 2 touchdowns. Give him the jet sweep.
Steals touchdowns. Come on, man. This guy's out here making plays.
Yeah, he's hurt for a while. We'll see if he can get all them touchdowns now. Brandon Ayuk, 6 targets, 3 catches, 91 yards. Juszczyk, 2 catches, 37. Yo, Eli, 5 catches, 35 yards. JJ Jennings, 2 catches, 24 yards, and a touchdown. I think the Niners are figuring it out, man.
Why?
Because they got in the belly of the beast.
How would they figure it out?
Run the dang ball. They got a good offensive line.
That's what they always do.
Yeah, they weren't doing that at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, they were. They always have.
How many times did Elijah Mitchell have 20-something carries?
Well, they
were trying to figure out who's the guy.
They were splitting work, man. They were all getting 10, 12.
It ain't work like that. Does it work for the Ravens?
Yeah,
committees are dumb. Committees should be outlawed in football. We need bell cow after bell cow after bell cow. If the Ravens just gave the ball to Devontae Freeman the whole game, it'd be fine. Latavius would probably be a preferable. But you can't do this committee. It doesn't work. You got to give the hot hand the ball. Kyle Shanahan figured it out. Let it go. Go ahead and rebuttal, bud.
No, I mean, I agree.
Hey, Bub, go ahead.
I think you See, my thing is you run a player until he gets hurt. I mean, that's how I would be too. Um, but I mean, I understand a committee, and it definitely works. You can't say it's not something that's not smart or won't work, because it does work.
When I say committee, I mean more than two backs.
Yeah, the best rushing team in the NFL the last 3 years is Baltimore. They've had Dobbins and Edwards.
That's two.
Yeah, that's a committee, if you ask me.
No, I'm talking about more than two.
What team does more than two? That's rare. That's like the Eagles.
The Falcons.
No.
Yeah. Gallman, Mike Davis.
That's,
Cordero.
I mean, those are three stink guys. They don't even have one guy to really.
Cordero's good.
He's not even really like a. You can't give him 20 carries.
You can give him more than that.
No, you can't.
What I'm saying is, man, like a 1-2 punch is fine. Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb, that's fine.
That's a committee, though. That's
No.
what I'm saying.
That's not a committee. Tony Pollard, Ezekiel Elliott.
See, like,
A committee is two.
It is a
more
committee.
than two.
well, I mean, because.
It's always been that way in football. You
But
need
a
backup running
bell cow to me is someone like Najee. Like, he has a backup. Yeah, he'll get 4-6 carries, but it's like he's like what Elijah Mitchell did this week.
That's what I'm saying.
But
yeah.
like whenever you're splitting, 15 carries to 10, like that's a committee. You got two running backs sharing the load.
That's backup and backup.
No, a backup is Benny Snell. A backup's, you know what I mean?
like
that's a backup.
Madison.
Like A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones are a committee. Like they both share work. They both get a lot. Tony Pollard and Zeke are now. I mean, like 2 years ago, Zeke was a bell cow. Now it's more of a committee. But
I would say that's a split backfield.
Yeah, it's a committee. Yeah, it's a committee. That's what it is.
The
You're
committee
sharing
is
work.
more than two.
I mean, that's fine. But Mitchell was a bell cow in this game. He looked good. He had a good game. If he can stay healthy, he's a good player. Deebo Samuel for some reason played 15% of the running back snaps, 6 carries, 2 touchdowns. He's just versatile. He's dynamic. He's a very good player. It's nice to see Brandon Ayuk get 6 targets, 91 yards. But where's George Kittle? Where's he at? What's going on? Get him the ball. What's happening?
George Kittle, he's fine without getting the
One catch for 13?
That's fine. He understands his role, man. He's a block. He loves to block.
We understand that, but do we remember the George Kittle 7 for 130 and a touchdown? Next week, 6 for 91. The next week, 4 for 100. Where's that George Kittle, man? Why don't we see that out of him anymore? Injuries?
It all depends on how Jimmy G's feeling that day.
He's been good.
Yeah, some days he looks in the mirror, he sees a young George Clooney. Some days he looks in the mirror, he sees a young Mel Gibson.
Oh,
It just
gosh.
depends on the day.
Yeah, I guess you know early and often about Jimmy. Like, if he's dealing early, he'll have a good game, but...
But if it's him turning around, handing the ball off,
It's nice
that would help George Kittle on a play action.
I don't know. Yeah, I just thought it was weird he only saw 2 targets, but it's always idea to keep Jimmy under 30 pass attempts. I think they did good feeding Mitchell and Samuel. I think that was a good strategy, Shanahan.
Hey, good job by you.
Yeah. Next up, we got the Broncos and the Charge.
Full steam ahead.
We're out here playing in Empower Field at Mile High.
Empower me.
Denver won 28-13, big divisional game win.
Warpath.
Let's go over to Justin Herbert's game. 28 of 44, 303 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. He also added 36 rushing yards. Story of the season for Herbert, up and down, inconsistent. Austin Eckler, 12 carries, 31 yards. Keenan Allen led the way, receiving 10 targets, 7 catches, 85 yards. Eckler added 6 catches, 68 yards, and a touchdown. Mike Williams, 4 catches, 39 yards. And Jared Cook with a really awesome touchdown.
Yeah, the Chargers are a mystery as well. Another team that can stomp you and then get stomped. But lately, it looks like they've lost themselves.
Yeah, they're weird. That's a weird squad.
I don't think they let Eckler tote the ball enough. Like running.
12 carries?
He needs 15 plus.
Huh.
He's a good running back. I don't know. Herbert's numbers look alright. Keenan does the same dang thing every week. He gets over 10 targets.
What's wrong with the Chargers?
What's wrong with the Chargers?
They were supposed to be, one of these, easy playoffs. Get in there. They have talent. Herbert's good. Eckler's good. Their
Ask
defense.
me that question again.
What's wrong with the Chargers?
It's like asking someone what happened to the dinosaurs. I can't tell you, man. I'm not in that locker room.
No, but I mean, like, why? A team with higher expectations not being as good, man. What are some issues?
I think a lot of the issues stem from. Well, from what I've watched, I didn't really watch this game, but maybe too much confidence in Justin Herbert.
Okay.
Maybe relying on him too much, going for it on fourth down on your own 30. A lot of risky plays instead of playing the field position game. They're playing the Madden way. They're playing like you would play, if you're on the difficulty pro on Madden, you always go for it on fourth. This is the NFL. You got to play the field position game. Justin Herbert is human. He's young. Yes, he's great. But sometimes I just think they trust him too much.
Would you blame some of the reason on his lack of weapons, or do you think he has enough weapons to, he should be doing better?
I think his weapons are fine.
Okay.
Better than a lot of teams. Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, Eckler, Jared Cook. That's fine. Guyton.
Okay.
What's that rookie's name?
Josh Palmer.
Yeah, Palmer. I wouldn't see that as a liability. I think they have assets. Like I said, it's they crowned him too early, man.
Too much on his plate.
You can't give him the Aaron Rodgers special yet. You can't give him the Tom Brady special yet, man. He's got to earn them stripes.
Okay, well said. Good answer. Over to Denver. Teddy Bridgewater. 11 of 18, 129 yards, 1 touchdown. Left the game. Vic Fangio said he's looking good. He's doing all right. Drew Lock came in 4 of 7, 26 yards and a pick. Melvin Gordon still going, man. He does his thing. 17 carries, 83 yards. Does it, man. He does it. Javonte Williams, spry and sprung. 14 carries, 54 yards and a touchdown. He also led them in receiving, 3 catches, 57 yards, with the great 42-yard turt. Tim Patrick, 2 catches, 26. Jerry Jeudy, 2 catches, 25. Cortland Sutton, 2 catches, 17.
60 million.
Noah Fant, 3 catches, 12.
70 million.
All right, thoughts on the Broncos' offense in this one?
I like how we really got, ground beef. Ran that ball. Didn't rely too much on Teddy. Drew Lock came in, threw a pick. He was moving that ball around a little bit, though. It was nice to see. Sometimes I think the Broncos are a grind team, grind it out. Pat Shurmur doesn't like to throw the ball, which is evident now. Teddy Bridgewater also can't swim because his head sinks to the bottom of every body of water he's in. So
what is that? Is that he's got a thick head?
Yeah, he's got a huge head.
Oh, a big head. Okay.
And it weighs a lot, apparently.
Wow.
It's like an anchor.
Why do you notice his head?
I don't know, man. His helmet looks weird. It's like the Peyton Manning head. Like the helmet looks small on his head. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's all right though.
Yeah, I'm just.
What's up with the receiving weapons out here?
Like I said, Pat Shurmur does not like to throw the ball.
25 attempts.
I
do love seeing the 31 total rushing attempts.
I think that's what we're turning to, is just becoming a, grind it out team, keep possession, run the ball, throw when you have to. You know what? I'm fine with that as long as we know who we are, not go through these different things.
Okay, before we talk about something else, I want to talk about Javonte Williams for a minute.
yeah.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this loud and clear. Javonte Williams is going to be better than Nick Chubb.
Go on.
I think he is a similar runner to Nick Chubb, but just what he can do in the receiving game. You're not going to need a Kareem Hunt. You're not
do it
going to.
all.
You're not going to need a Melvin Gordon.
You can do it all.
He's a guy that you can play all 3 downs. He can run just as good as Nick Chubb. He's a rookie, and he's showing his receiving ability every week. And for fantasy purposes moving forward, he's going to be like an automatic top 5 fantasy player for some years. And he's going to be very, very good if he can stay healthy, which he has been very healthy most of the year. And it's amazing because he runs so hard. He reminds me of Marshawn Lynch in a way. I said that when he got drafted. Like before coming into the league, he just reminded me of Marshawn Lynch, his running style, the way he ran, his yards after contact. But then being able to show his receiving ability just adds a crazy element. Like imagine Marshawn Lynch getting 4 or 5 targets a game.
I think he's more agile.
He's a better athlete. He's going to be really good. And I'm going to say he's going to be better than Nick Chubb. As a hot take it for what you want, but I believe it.
Is there an onion in here?
Nope.
Because I just got misty-eyed hearing all that. But, I'm not going to really say anything. I'm just going to let that float around in the air. Because I don't want to jinx, but, I like that opinion. And I love Nick Chubb, but I like Javonte as well a lot.
Watch.
He's like a son to me.
I'm telling you, boys, man, he's going to be good. I don't even care about the Broncos, but I know I see it when I see it, man. He's averaging like 2.8 yards after contact, which is higher than Marshawn ever did. Like Nick Chubb's done it like 3.0, but his rookie year he's like 2.8 like yards after contact. So like he doesn't go down, and he's fast and he can catch. So that's just what I see with my eyes.
Chiefs, Beefs, doesn't matter. Broncos in 7.
Patrick Surtain's first career touchdown is a pick six in Denver. Patrick Surtain Sr.'s last career touchdown was a pick six in Denver. Correlations?
I think not.
He did it for his dad.
Patrick Surtain's going to be a really good player for a really long time. And I'm glad that we drafted him because he's going to be one of them boys.
Are you happy about that pick?
Yeah. I wasn't for a long time, but now I am.
Why weren't you happy at the time?
Yo, I'm one of them quarterbacks, man. I would have taken any of them right now.
So if you went back, you wouldn't take you would still have Surtain going? Or how would you do that?
I'd probably still take a quarterback.
Who? Just Mac Jones?
I would take Justin Fields or Mac Jones.
Still?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Justin Fields is going to be good one day.
I wonder, do you think they had that in mind, drafting Surtain? Like, oh, we know Surtain's going to be like this. We know the quarterbacks are going to be, potentially franchise guys. Maybe we'll take the corner, and hopefully we can get Russell Wilson or Rodgers. Maybe that was, like, their mindset.
I think that's still the mindset.
So, like, maybe they knew about the quarterback. Like, yeah, we should get our franchise, but if we can get a lockdown corner and then get,
Yeah, the Broncos always have a lockdown corner no matter what era you look at. Champ Bailey.
Yeah. Keep Talib for a while.
Steve Atwater.
Chris Harris.
Al Wilson.
Yeah, they have. They've done that.
I just named a whole bunch of players that weren't corners.
But there's a really nice picture of, like, Surtain, like, returning the pick six.
And giving him the ball.
And, like, the crowd's, like, orange. They're wearing their orange jerseys and, like, the sunset's in the background. It's a pretty sick picture because, like, it's like all orange, and it's like a really nice picture.
Was Tom Jackson in it?
I think Tom Jackson was in the toilet.
I miss that guy, man. I
during
miss
this picture.
Boomer and Tom Jackson.
Yeah, where's Boomer, man?
He's still doing the 3-minute drill. All right. Let's go. I got it, man. The Los Angeles Rams versus the Green Bay Packers and the Frozen Thunder. Packers come out on top 36-28. Let's get into the Rams. Matthew Stafford, 21 of 38, 302 yards, 3 touchdowns, a pick.
Good.
Darrell Henderson, 16 carries, 55 yards. Cooper Kupp, 10 targets, 7 catches, 96 yards. Hey, man, I don't have a car, but I got a Van Jefferson, 9 targets, 3 catches, 93 yards, a touchdown. Odell Beckham, man, 10 targets. Holy mackerel, put him in your lineup. That guy's a Robert Woods on steroids. 5 catches, 81 yards, and a tut. Darrell, you got a touchdown catch, man.
Okay, let me say this stat first and foremost. Matt Stafford is the first quarterback with a pick six in 3 straight games since Matt stumped the Schwab. Did it 4 straight in 2013. Take it for what you want, but it's a fact.
What do you think about Odell's second game with the Rams?
I think chemistry's lacking. 10 for 5. You know, they missed on a few throws. He dropped a pass. They're still trying to figure out, you know, how to play together, get some chemistry going. And it's crazy because you go from, you know, one of the more solid, reliable, consistent Robert Woods to more of a, you know, jumpy, deep threat. It's just a totally different type of player.
Yeah, Odell's better than Robert Woods.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, their play styles like opposites. Would you agree or would you disagree? Like, just their style of play.
I would say they're not opposite, but they're not the same.
Okay, so they're not the same. So having to go from that to adjusting to Odell, it'll take some time.
That's like going from a Dodge Caravan to a Corvette.
No. It's going from, if anything, it's slight. It's like a Acura to a Nissan Altima.
Which one's the Acura?
Either one. That's my point. So,
Odell's he's more capable of the big play.
That's it.
I think Robert Woods is more of sure hand.
That's what I'm saying. They're opposites in that way. Like, Odell's a deep threat, deep ball. You already have Van Jefferson.
But Odell can do the short stuff too.
No, but it's different.
Robert Woods is like a screen guy.
And
a running back kind of guy.
But what I'm saying is, like, Robert Woods is never that guy that 54-yard touchdown was a deep ball over the cornerback down the field. Like, Robert Woods is never, like, at least the last 2 or 3 years, that's just not his game. That's just not what he does anymore. I mean, at Buffalo with the Bills, he would do that, but now if he's going to have a 54-yard touch, it's a drag across the field or it's a screen. You know, he's not like a downfield guy like Odell. Which is why I think Robert was the guy, because you have Van Jefferson doing that already. Odell dropped a 3rd down slant. And I mean, something that Robert wouldn't. It's just, they're just different. He's just going to take some time to get adjusting.
Yeah, but it's promising to see those 10 targets.
Yeah.
I think he found a home.
You should have went to Green Bay.
I think Robert Woods is gone in L.A.
What? What are you going on about right now?
I think Robert Woods is done in L.A.
Why?
As Marcus Peters once said, I think Robert Woods is done.
Who said that?
Peters.
When?
I think we ain't done yet.
No, Robert Woods is not done. He's like their most prized possession.
I hope you sold your house in L.A., man. You're out.
The only thing that matters to me is what Sean McVay has to say about it. What did he say about losing Robert Woods?
Like losing your kidney.
Exactly.
There's another one there.
There's not a single person you can replace him with. He's just different.
Robert Woods, sell your house.
Why? I don't understand.
Take your kids out of school,
What is
man.
going on?
You're going to Cleveland, dog.
Great touchdown catch by Darrell Henderson. He had a great Texas route. He took on a defender, got hit while he caught it. Good catch. I saw a meme about Matthew Stafford. It was Scooby-Doo. Who's the little blonde-haired guy?
Fred?
Yeah, Fred was holding the monster's mask,
Yeah.
and he pulled it up, and it was Matthew Stafford in his Detroit Lions jersey. And it was supposed to be him with his Rams helmet on. Like, pulled it up, and it was him on the Lions.
Oh, I see.
And, yeah, he had a poor performance. But, yeah, get Darrell Henderson more involved on the ground.
Get Odell in there, man.
Overrated. Should have went to Green Bay.
Robert Woods can go to Green Bay.
Yeah, he could. That'd be a good spot. That'd be awesome, actually.
I think that would be real good for him.
Yeah.
With Jordan Love?
Yep. He'd be the number one, man.
Where's Devontae going?
The Raiders?
Yeah.
It's almost for sure.
Let's go to the Packers.
All right.
Yo, we got the Aaron Rodgers, man. Broken pinky toes. Aaron Rodgers, 28-45, 307, 2 touchdowns. Yo, we got A.J. Dillon, 20 carries, 69 yards. Aaron Jones, 10 carries, 23. A-Raj, touchdown on the grounds. We got Devontae Adams, 9 targets, 8 catches, 104 yards. Randall Cobb, 4 catches, 95 yards and a touchdown. A.J. Dillon, 5 catches, 21 yards and a touchdown. Ooh. The Packers are good, man.
Yeah, they're really good at home.
They're really good at playing basketball.
I think their defense gives up the lowest QBR at home. So like they're statistically like the best defense at home than any team. So if they can get home field advantage in the playoffs, to watch out. It'll be a scary team.
Zaire Alexander,
Jair?
is he hurt?
Yeah.
He had the best pick I've ever seen
When?
today
He hasn't played, man. He's out.
on Madden.
Yeah, dude, he's out for the year. They won't have him most of the year.
I think the Packers are hitting their stride. A.J. Dillon is now the starting running back. They paid Aaron Jones a lot of money. Looks like he'll be gone as well. That's it.
That's all you have on that?
No, I don't think they can. Aaron Jones is the starting running back. I was just kidding. Right?
Yeah. I mean,
They paid him a lot of money.
A.J. Dillon's been good though. Like
Is Aaron Jones doing that because he was hurt?
yeah, he is hurt.
He's coming back from injury? Or is this
Yeah.
alarming to you? That this might
In
just
terms
be,
of what?
like A.J. Dillon's taking over the backfield?
Yeah, man, he has been. He's been really good for the Packers.
No, I mean like he's going to be the starter from here on out.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
How can they do that?
No, he won't. I mean, not necessarily the starter. I mean, he's obviously going to get work, but
Like more than Aaron
I mean-
Jones on a consistent basis. More touches.
I don't think so. I don't think if Aaron Jones is 100%, I don't think so. But who knows when he's going to be 100%, who knows, but I mean, A.J. Dillon, no matter what, if they go to Aaron Jones or not, I mean, he's just been, so good for them the last few weeks that either way, I mean, he's going to help them win, he's been really good. He's a good player.
I don't know if I said the score, but the Packers won 36-28.
Yeah, Randall Cobb had a nice little game out there. Would you rather have Devontae Adams or Cooper Kupp?
Devontae Adams.
All right, let's go to Sunday night.
Sunday.
Baltimore Ravens versus the Cleveland Browns. The Ravens 16, Browns 10. Poop fest. Baker midfield, because he's mid, he's not good. 18-37, 247 yards, 1 touchdown. Kareem Hunt, 7 carries, 20 yards. Nick Chubb, pooper, 8 carries, 16 yards. Jarvis Landry, nicest game of the year, 6 catches, 111 yards. David Njoku. I like Njoku one of these days. 3 catches, 35 yards, a touchdown. Not much. Harrison Bryant, 3 catches, 50 yards.
The Browns stink until they bench Baker Mayfield. He's hurt. On top of not being that good, he's hurt. We saw Case Keenum's a good backup. Let him play, man. Baker stinks. They ain't going to score more than 10 points with Baker out there hobbling around, man. You could basically call him a quadriplegic right now.
Quadriplegic. That
Yes.
sounds like a dinosaur.
No, it means he can't use any of his limbs.
Wow. That's rough.
That's what, what's his name was, Stephen Hawking?
Okay. That's fair.
So basically, Baker, you could put him in a wheelchair and make him talk through that little keyboard with his eyes.
I think Baker's so bad right now that he makes the Cleveland running game non-factor.
Yeah, because he can just stack the box.
And that's what happened, I think.
I'm Baker Mayfield.
You just got to let Baker throw. 37 attempts, completed 18 of them. That's what you want. 17 attempts for 40 yards between Hunt and Chubb.
That's unacceptable.
Yeah, and
I don't know what Kevin Stefanski gets out of this. You're the coach. It's your call to pull the plug on Baker and realize we have to put in someone else.
yeah, they're asking him to give up his play calling, but he said he wasn't. So I don't know if that's been a factor or not. But I just know that Baker has not been it, and he's detrimental right now to this team.
I'm Baker Mayfield.
Okay, so for the
Poop
Baltimore,
bag is full.
Lamar Jackson, 20 of 32, 165 yards, 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions.
Yo, I'm getting back in the lab, Flock.
He also added 17 rushes for 68 yards. He's getting on the ground. Devontae Foreman, 16 rushes, 52. Mark Andrews with a great little catch down the field. 10 targets, 4 catches, 65 yards, a touchdown. Hollywood Brown, 8 catches, 51. And then Bateman, 4 catches for 31. Stink game offensively, man. Sunday night was a fart fest.
It looked like Baker and Lamar were playing hot potato with that ball, man. It would literally be a pick. Next thing you know, it was a fumble by Baker. Pick, fumble, pick, pick, pick. But Lamar knows what he's got to do. He's got to get back in the lab, Flock. And, that's what I like about Lamar. He knows when he's bad. He doesn't make excuses like Baker, like, oh, I have a torn labrum. Oh, I probably shouldn't play for 7 weeks. Grow up, man. You have commercials. Lamar doesn't. And I'm not saying there's some kind of prejudice in the commercial game, but Lamar should have a lot more commercials than Baker last time I checked.
Lamar stunk.
Yeah, but he knows that he took they still won. He did pretty good on the ground. He did enough, but yes, he had probably one of his worst games of his career.
It's just crazy how, I don't know, just a touchdown and, 3 field goals won the game. It's just weird. It's just terrible. This is, bad.
I hit a lick right on the 4-wheeler, hey.
I guess shout out Justin Tucker going 3 for 3.
That's my boy, man.
Mr. Automatic.
Yo, that guy's got an iron fist.
He's got an iron voice, man.
He got an iron lung.
You gotta look at those pipes he's got on him, man.
Yeah, but yeah, the Lamar will go into the lab and he'll come back.
You think he'll look like a different guy? He's gonna come out looking like Kodak Black.
Yo, I hit a lick on the 4-wheeler, yay. Banana clip like a gorilla.
Alright, before we move on, I want to discuss the Monday night games. I want to give a prediction. I want you to give me your score, and I want you to give me one bold prediction out of the game.
10-4, roger that.
Seattle's favored by 1.5. Over-under's 47, but they're playing in Landover, Washington.
Okay. What did you want from me exactly? The score?
I want a score, and then I want a bold prediction. Anything out of the game.
Let's see. I'll go 23-20. I'll go my bad defenses. I'll go 24-21 Seahawks.
24-21 Seahawks. Before I ask your bold prediction, are the Seahawks bad? Or are they just, you think they'll make a push?
I think they're bad.
Okay. Is that surprising? Yeah, it is kind of surprising.
Well,
They're almost a lock to make the playoffs every year. Even though, I mean, they've had bad defenses, but they still...
they didn't have Russell. And Russell's still trying to get acclimated. My bold prediction is that Russell comes back. 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 rushing.
He runs one. Ain't that bold, but I'll take it.
Oh, you want me to get even bolder?
Yeah, I just want like something that's probably not going to happen. But just bold. But if you hit, you look like a genius.
DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett combined for 70 fantasy points.
Wow. Okay. I'm going to take that. That's a huge game then for Russell.
Yeah.
All right, that's fair. Seahawks favored by 1.5.
65 fantasy points combined.
Okay. 1.5. I'm gonna take the Seahawks. They're gonna win big. I think they destroy Washington.
Dude, the Seahawks are not... if Russell's bad, they're bad. But if Russell's like Russell, that's the only thing. Like, we don't know what he's going to look like.
I mean...
he looked like poop the first 2 games
he
he's been
does.
back.
He does. I'm just saying.
I think he could come back.
It's a gut feeling. I feel like 1.5 is way too close. Because Washington isn't good.
They beat the Tom Brady's.
Yeah, but they play Tom Brady well.
They're playing Rivera strong right now.
Yeah, but Pete Carroll can hold his own. Just getting Russell back and Washington's defense stinks. I'm gonna take them. I'm gonna say 33 to 24.
What was it? 34 to what?
33 to 17.
Jeez. Where did that come from?
33 to 20. No, 33-21. They'll score 3 touchdowns. No, 33-23.
Jeez.
Yeah.
You think Russ is... what's your bold prediction?
Bold prediction. DJ Dallas. 100 total yards, 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
Is that not that bold?
That's
bold.
That's bold for DJ Dallas, yeah.
How about
Let's give one for the football team.
Heineke?
Yeah, I knew you had one for him.
Taylor Heineke outscores Russell Wilson.
My bold prediction is that, you know how they introduce themselves on Monday night? Like,
They do that on Sunday night.
well, don't they do it here?
Mm-mm.
Well, let's just give a hypothetical. They're introducing themselves, and Taylor Heineke comes up and he says, Terry Heineke, whatever college you went to, and everyone's like, and then breaking news comes out and he changes his first name to Terry so he can be like his best friend Terry McLaurin.
That'd be kind of cute.
It's like Terry Heineke.
And then it goes up to Terry McLaurin. He's like Taylor McLaurin.
They switch names.
Or Heineke McLaurin.
I like that, man. High knees.
Or he just legally changes his first name to High Knees.
Can I change my score to 24-21?
Wasn't that before?
But I want to go with... no, I'll stick with the Seahawks. I feel like they're going to... something bad. I don't have very good faith in that.
I have a weird feeling about the Seahawks tonight.
But I know Russell's eventually going to have that game again and be back.
Like, DK's going to have his game. Lockett. Like, this just feels like a game where Seattle just, like, does their thing for me. I don't know why. Like, I know there's nothing to back that up. They've been playing, like, poorly. But just something, like, to just start dicing a little bit. That's just my prediction. I don't know yet, though. It could easily be 16-9.
I have a bold prediction.
Okay.
The Washington football team wins on a Hail Mary, and the camera pans to Ron Rivera, and he's kissing Sierra.
Who?
Sierra?
Who's that?
Russell
Russell's-
Wilson's wife.
What if what if Ron Rivera and Future were kissing her at the same time?
No, Future's not in this.
And then they both have their arms around her as they walk to the locker room.
No, it's just Ron, man. You just gotta give Ron the credit, man. Future.
That's true. That's fine.
Yeah. I think that would be a very bold prediction.
I'm sure he's got a great looking wife.
Who,
But-
Ron?
Yeah.
I'm sure he does too. He's a handsome guy.
Have you seen Mike Zimmer's girlfriend?
Is she 20?
She probably.
He looks like someone that would
It's
date.
crazy. Actually.
He looks like someone that would date someone real young.
But like Mike Zimmer, dude.
I mean,
I don't understand.
he's got a really good personality.
Does he?
I have no idea.
Pete Carroll seems like a guy too that probably has like a young girlfriend or
So does
something.
Bill Belichick.
Nah.
No,
He seems like a person that's married to someone older than him.
I think he is.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
Cliff Kingsbury seems like he'd be someone that would be dating Sean McVay.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe so. Or he's like DMing high school girls or something.
Yeah, he's got something strange, man.
Speaking of, what's his name? Cliff Kingsbury.
Oh, you?
Lincoln Riley's going to USC.
USC, man. He did him dirty, man. He took everyone with him.
Who?
Lincoln Riley, like his defensive coordinator. Everyone left.
Do you think that's has something to do with the SEC? That's the big commotion because OU's going to SEC and they're all jumping ship as soon as the year that they're trying to go in.
I don't think that has anything to do with it.
Isn't that kind of interesting now?
No, I don't think that has anything to do with it.
Really?
That would be a reason to stay.
But maybe.
But USC is somewhat a better job.
Yeah, I agree.
Who wants to live in Oklahoma?
Yeah, no, but the conspiracy is that like OU's going to SEC, they won't be able to hold their own, and then it like ruins their reputation. Like if OU goes to SEC and they stink, then that.
Did you see the recruit class? They'd be fine. They wouldn't be like
I think they'll be fine.
they wouldn't be Missouri.
I mean, it's not gonna be like Texas. Like
They lost like 5-star recruits or something.
Who?
OU this morning.
I saw that. Are they going to USC now?
I don't know.
Probably.
This is crazy, man.
USC's gonna be good.
I'm glad I don't like Oklahoma. Bob Stoops is coaching their bowl game though.
Really?
It's like their honorary.
I kind of like Bob Stoops.
He used to coach there for a long time.
Do you think USC will be good in a few years?
Yeah.
They
I mean,
always-
I don't know why they like Lincoln Riley so much, but all those guys decommitted.
I know. Well, that's the reason they're going. Probably is because they're recruiting. The
I
way
know,
the
but
way he
why is
recruits.
he so good at recruiting?
I don't know. Deals probably. Yeah, I'll give you $100 gift
And
card to
NIL.
McDonald's. Yeah, I'll let you sleep in my cellar.
I don't know how appealing that is.
You probably got a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah, he's probably got an arcade rooms.
So who's going to OU then? Cliff Kingsbury?
That's what they're saying.
Why would that happen though?
I don't know. I think they're gonna get. I don't know who they'd get. They're talking about Eric Bieniemy going somewhere. LSU.
Really?
Yeah.
They said he was gonna. The USC was trying to get him. I don't think he's going to college. I think he wants an NFL job. He's just a cute little guy, man.
He looks like a little Ewok.
Yeah, man. He just looks like he needs a hug, man. Just a cute little.
Looks like he's warm and toasty.
He's like real. He's just small and like.
When he's all bundled up when it's winter.
Yeah.
In his beanie.
Like being next to like Mahomes and Andy Reid. He's just like a little.
He's like a little guy.
Just like a little 5'6" little
That guy
guy.
could probably punch you in the face.
He's got like a cute little face. With his eyes.
You got a crush on him?
I'll say.
Carl Nassib?
What about him?
You got a crush on him?
I don't really know anything about him. But I did not expect it when he came out like that.
Yeah, it is.
Honestly.
He's a good football player.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? He's probably a great guy.
He's a very genuine person.
I just, like, because I didn't know, like, a lot about it. Because he was on Tampa Bay for a while.
good.
And he was good. And then went to the Raiders. It's like, oh, I know Carl Nassib. You never heard about him. And now it's like, oh, okay. Nice. Good for you, man.
Him and Gruden.
You think they got emails or what?
Nah, man, I'm not going to go there.
Nah,
I was
man.
going to say something, but, you know, I got too much respect for Carl.
You think the Holy Trinity was Richie, Carl, and John?
I wonder how Richie Incognito took that.
Is he still on the team?
Yeah, he's hurt.
Wow. Richie Incognito, man. He might have Incognito in his name, but he's not Incognito.
No, he's definitely, his mind is incognito.
Oh, okay. What are you trying to get on with that?
You haven't heard the stories of him freaking out at a funeral home?
No.
He had roid rage or whatever?
At a funeral home?
Maybe it was a furniture store. Something like that. It was just a weird place to freak out at.
He was mad at somebody?
Yeah. No one would... He wanted to go to Piggly Wiggly.
No one wanted to go with him?
Yeah.
He kind of looks like Chris Farley.
He reminds me of like a bully.
Yeah, he is, for
like
sure.
if you look up the picture of bully in the dictionary, you'd see Richie Incognito.
But a huge, scary bully.
I would not want to be bullied by Richie Incognito. I know why that one dude quit football.
Dude, because I remember seeing him, like, a T-shirt, like, on the sideline, just chilling. And he's huge.
I mean, he's human. He's a massive human.
Like, what is he, 6'8", 6'6"? He was huge.
I don't think he's tall.
Yeah, he is.
Like, I mean,
maybe
he's tall.
6'4".
Yeah, 6'4".
But it's like, dang.
All those guys are huge.
Like they look big, but then when they like in like T-shirt and like shorts, like holy fruit cake. That guy is a massive man. And I feel bad for anyone that had to cross his path outside of football.
Yeah, I agree, man. I mean, he's probably very intimidating.
Yeah, that's terrible. He's probably been very mean to a lot of people.
He's probably been to the Piggly Wiggly.
Is he married?
Has he been to the Piggy Palace?
What does that mean? What is his piggy stuff?
Piggy Palace.
Piglet?
Piggy Palace.
Yeah, I know that one.
What's that?
The
Slaughterhouse?
Yeah, but they were killing people in it?
Yeah, the Smelly Brothers.
Yeah. What's the story behind it? I forgot. I did research it a little bit.
They would throw parties at their slaughterhouse.
And drug the people, right?
Drug the people and then like...
But they would all be like teenage girls, right? Or like college girls.
Yeah, like prostitutes and stuff. And then they would... You know, you can feed pigs anything. So
Yeah.
there'd be no remains.
But it's crazy because they wouldn't kill like a lot. They would kill like one person per party.
Yeah.
And they would just
For a
be
long
missing.
time.
Yeah, for like a few years.
It's scary. Why would you want to go to a party to a slaughterhouse?
It was like Alaska, wasn't it?
Somewhere northwest, I think. I don't know, actually.
Yeah, it was like Alaska, I think. The Pacific Northwest, like the more I get older, the more mysterious. I think it's the most mysterious part of the United States.
Mysterious.
Yeah. Like there's just always weird things, like Alaska and Washington State and
I think it's more mysterious up in the northwest, and the northeast is like historic, haunted, creepy up there. Like where Salem
ghosts.
witch trials and stuff. Like Boston and Massachusetts, all old and has all that history and blood.
yeah, massacres.
Yeah, and like
But the West is more of like
it's pretty relatively new.
but it's not. Yeah, I guess like the history with
But you
that,
can't
like-
explore it.
But it's more of like a supernatural.
You think there's a dog man out there?
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't it weird too how like the Sasquatches up north are bigger than the ones in the south?
It makes sense.
Why though?
I mean, dude, the abundance of food and water and like down here. That's why they get like 6 foot ones down here and like skinny ones.
And like the 9 foot ones are up there.
I want to go up there, man.
But why is it? Because like animals are that way too. Like the moose are huge up there.
Kodiak grizzly.
The bears. Like the trees,
It's
sequoias.
that's like a dream place for like wildlife to live.
But why are they so much bigger? Do you think
They
like the
eat
climate has more to do with it too?
Eat more.
But there's food in the south.
I mean, dude, not as much.
Why do you think there's more? Like the trees and vegetation?
It's just more vast and more wildlife. Like it's hot as poop in Texas.
Yeah, but the snow and everything covers all the food up there.
Yeah, they go into hibernation.
Maybe because it's more of just like pastures and open fields down south, and up north it's more like mountainous, heavy trees, heavy vegetation.
I mean, there's
The cold, I
but
guess.
there's Sasquatch in everywhere. You know what's
But
weird?
they're bigger up north.
The only place that doesn't ever really have sightings is D.C., Washington D.C. Because the government keeps them away from there.
How do they do that?
How do
Electrical
they do
fence?
anything?
They have an electrical fence.
They probably just know how to keep them out.
How would they know?
You never get anyone that calls in from Washington D.C.
No, it's always south or North Pacific Northwest.
Because I think if they got a Sasquatch in there, that thing would take over the White House.
I don't even think a Sasquatch would want to go around there.
I don't know.
It
man.
needs the wilderness. It doesn't want to go around the people. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. There's something mysterious about them, though. What's the missing element?
The missing element is humans.
Really?
We just have to have this hard evidence. Then what's religion? Isn't that faith?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. How many times in your life have you went out into the forest and actually seen like a bobcat or anything?
A few times.
Very few.
Yeah, one was actually got real close to me down by the creek, Waco, Texas.
But like,
And it was like it could have killed me. It got close. It was scary.
how many times have you seen like a dead body
0.
of like an animal?
Oh, lots. You
Like
see
a
them on like the
bobcat?
side of the roads and stuff.
No, not on the side, like in the forest. Seen them naturally dead.
Never. Maybe like a carcass.
People think it's easy to find this thing. I mean, really, I mean, a lot of people in their lives will never see a bear in the wild.
No. You won't unless
And
you're out there every day.
They're smarter than every animal.
Right.
So I don't know. Just like if
But they're also bigger, larger, louder, smellier.
they're not louder.
They're loud.
They can be, but they can also be silent.
Like if they were to like yell out in the middle of the forest, like you could probably hear them from like 5 miles away out there. You'd be like, "What is that noise?"
Yeah, but they're smart, man.
Yeah.
I just think that, we'll find out soon enough
What are we gonna find out?
that they're out there.
I don't think you'll ever truly know unless you actually see one for yourself.
I think it's some kind of glitch.
What is?
Seeing a Sasquatch or something.
Why is it a glitch?
Because when people, I've been listening to stories lately and they see it run, their brains like, it's moving so fast that they automatically know it's not a human.
I consider them an animal, but not like an animal, like an animal that's, because they're not human. Like they're just like different. I don't know.
Well, they're not human and they're not an animal. They
They're-
have human face.
They are an animal, but they're not like an animal. They're not like a deer or a bobcat. But I would consider them animal just because, like, from a human standpoint, an animal is like something that you can't communicate with, that can be destructive.
It's not an animal because I think it has a soul and a brain.
You think it has a soul?
Yeah.
Really?
It can mind speak and stuff.
But that doesn't mean you have a soul. That just means you
What
have...
animal can mind speak with you?
Yeah, but that didn't mean he has a soul. It could just be telepathic things that...
I mean, he's got to have something.
Well, dolphins communicate with telepathy, but not with humans.
No, they don't.
But they're also very smart.
They don't communicate telepathically.
Yeah, they do.
It's echolocation.
Yeah, that's the same thing.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Mind speaks whenever you're not... They're making a noise. You're not even saying a word.
But it's a form of it, I would say, though. Maybe not, but...
No, it's not. Yeah, I gotta pee, dog.
How do we know it's telepathy, though?
Because they're looking at the Sasquatch and lips aren't moving. I actually listened to one today. He woke up and there was a 9-foot one, and he worked as a firefighter in the forestry.
Okay, I know it. The law enforcement guy?
No,
Oh.
He's a firefighter.
Okay.
Forestry. He's 19,
Okay.
and he woke up and he was camping. There's a 9-foot Sasquatch sitting right there.
Sitting right there?
Or standing.
Next to him?
Yeah,
How close?
pretty close. Like 4 feet away exactly.
What?
He said he could have grabbed him. But the
That's
Sasquatch
nuts,
looked at
dude.
him, and he mind spoke and said, you're good. You protect the forest.
What?
And then the Sasquatch went away, and he vanished into the quiet left. But then he smelled someone had soiled their pants. This is serious too. Like,
This is crazy right now.
another guy saw the Sasquatch, and they got taken out because a third guy saw it too. He was like their general or like their leader, and they had to go to get briefed by the government and said they can't say anything to anyone, and they signed these papers and stuff. And then he went out again, and they're going out to a fire, and he saw the Sasquatch. But I missed a whole part of the story. When he saw the Sasquatch, he had a chainsaw, and he was gonna get it, but he couldn't move at all. He couldn't use his limbs, and he was more angry than scared because he wanted to chop off the Sasquatch. But he saw him later, and the Sasquatch lifted his hand like it waved, and then he left. And the Sasquatch showed him a different way to get to the fire that he'd never seen before, and it helped him put out the fire faster.
What?
Yeah. It was pretty crazy.
It was a big Sasquatch?
Yeah, he was like 9 foot.
What?
Yeah. And he said he looked,
I don't even know what to make out of that, man. That's crazy.
and he described him real well, like, he was,
You black hair?
he said it wasn't fur, it was hair, because it would, like, move.
I
And
noticed that the ones I've been listening to
Humanos.
recently, everyone says they're like pitch black fur now.
Yeah, you need to go Sasquatch Chronicles and go down far.
Yeah, I have been recently.
I'm talking like 200s.
Okay.
But no, there's like good ones in like the 400s too.
Yeah, I
I've
think
listened to like probably over 300. I just go and pick one, and
yeah, I'll listen to more tomorrow. But I listened to like 8 the other day, and like they all described them as like pitch black fur, like super dark,
I listened to 2 today. One about Dogman.
and it's just like crazy, dude. There's just nuts. Like I don't understand. It hurts my head. Cause I'll like close my eyes and I'll put myself in that moment, and like my heart races, feels like it's gonna explode.
Yeah, I mean it's nuts.
Especially the one you just said, dude. Just imagining sitting by a fire and a 9-foot huge creature.
But it was weird. He
You
wasn't.
could grab it. Like
He wasn't scared.
that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I mean I'm kind of skeptical of that one. I don't know, but he's like, he had to get like. He wasn't supposed to share it. or something.
I probably would have thrown up out of my ears.
Wait, no, that was a Steve share.
Hmm.
That was his newest video.
Really?
Yeah, you should go watch it.
What's it called?
The latest video, like firefighter,
Hmm.
and Steve gets all amped up.
But
He's
Steve,
like, "Wow, that's a chunk."
what has Steve been up to? Is he changing the
He's
world?
just got back home. He's been out in the wilderness for a month. He's just by himself out in the craziest places.
Yeah, he's in crazy.
He says he just loves it and he never wants to, like...
How come Wes never brings up Steve?
I've always wondered that, too.
Because he'll bring up other channels, but he'll never
I
bring
think
up
they have beef or something. Because
Well-
I remember Steve saying, like, yeah, I had podcasts reach out to me and I just told him to stick it where the sun don't shine.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that stinks because they're both very well known, very...
Steve's at, like, he's starting a revolution.
Yeah, he's been working at it for a while.
Wes is too much of a coward
Yeah.
to start a revolution.
I feel like he's in it for, like, the entertainment, like the viewership.
You know what he looks like?
Yeah, he's a bigger guy.
He is?
Yeah.
I want to look at a picture of him. It's going to ruin everything.
You've never seen Wes?
No, I think he looks like a guy in his late 20s, like a skinny...
Yeah, but he's the
brown hair.
opposite. He's, like, probably 40, bald, big. I think he's bald. He's always wearing a hat.
He
But
sounds like a kid.
you've never been on Sasquatch Chronicles or YouTube?
No.
You should, because they have a lot of people. When people send in like their clips and pictures, like he'll put it on the screen. Some of them are crazy.
I'm going to go to SasquatchChronicles.com.
Oh, did you listen to the one with the guy on the beach
The
in
lady?
the Pacific Northwest? He was with his ex-girlfriend,
No.
and he saw one like walking towards him on the beach.
Oh, yeah.
And then he took pictures of the footprints. I meant
They
to
showed
go.
the pictures?
Yeah, he said he did on YouTube, but I meant to go look and like look at him because he kept saying like how clear and stuff they look.
He was really scared. They were both really scared.
Yeah, like
They
they
went to the car?
couldn't run to their car.
They couldn't find the keys.
And they left their keys and they couldn't
Yeah.
move. He said he couldn't move. And
Can
he's
you
like,
imagine that? A
I
Sasquatch walking towards you in a beach?
yeah, but he was like, like if I would have went back, like I would have wished I just sat there and let him walk towards me, see what he done.
It's nuts, man.
Cause he kept like saying like he couldn't care less that I was there. Like he just walked like no one, like he didn't care about anything. Like if we were walking on the beach, like walking up to a seagull, like we couldn't care less. That's what he felt like. It's kind of crazy. But is that it for you, man?
Yeah, I gotta use the boys' room.
Alright, you can wrap it up.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Forget What You Heard. We love you guys. Thanks for the support. Peace, love, and happiness. Have a great week.
Garbage.
Carbon.